Okay. Baby, let me tell you something. I've been checking you out. Baby, you caught my eye. I wanna see where this goes. Want you to be my wife. Baby, it's something special, more perfect than a diamond. Got the body of a wine glass. I granted you permission. Yeah, I give you the hall pass. Let's not let all of this time pass. I want you here forever on heaven and beyond that. I like you, I like to see where we can go beyond here. And if you feel that way too, let's go fly away and see where we land. Baby, I would like to get to know you. Baby, I would like to see if you feeling this way. So I've traveled the world and I've never seen quite a smile, never seen such a girl as beautiful as you are tonight. Baby, I would like to get to know you. Time is precious, that's why I can't waste none of it. You're my prescription, make me your default, I'll forget. Baby, just listen, I'm finna wrap it up real quick. Get full of gifts, like a present I got to St. Nick. If you choose me and make me your bro, I'll stay beside you, hope you fight all the obstacles. I'll always treat you, make you feel everything's possible. I'll always love you and trust you, oh baby. You see me through all my flaws and negative vibrations. That's why I'm digging you, baby. Tell me what you wanna do. Baby, I would like to get to know you. Baby, I would like to see if you feeling this way. So I've traveled the world and I've never seen quite a smile, never seen such a girl as beautiful as you are tonight. Baby, I would like to get to know you. Baby, I would like to get to know you. Baby, I would like to see if you feeling this way. So I've traveled the world and I've never seen quite a smile, never seen such a girl as beautiful as you are tonight. Baby, I would like to get to know you. I like you, I like to see where we can go beyond here. And if you feel that way too, let's go fly away and see where we land.
What's up, everybody? Welcome again to another episode of Latin Explaining with Denise Gonzalez. My name is Denise Gonzalez. For all the people that are new here, for the ones that are Latin Explainers for life, you guys know how this goes down. Today, we have another show. Like I said before, I'm not being as consistent because motherhood trumps everything else in my life, but I'm going to try to stick to a schedule the more my baby boy keeps growing, right? So I want to welcome everyone that's already here watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. Also, subscribe if you have not done so. And very important, people, we're going to have major problems because I'm not being specifically consistent with the way I upload. I need you to hit that bell for notifications and press all so that every time that I go live, you don't miss a second. And trust me, you want to do this that way because this year we're going to bring a lot of things that are being cooked right now, right? And I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm not bringing my usual news because I've not had the time to strategize like I used to. I'm still, moving towards different avenues in my life with, juggling the baby and stuff. So once I get a hold of those things, of course, I'm going to go back to my usual news, which I miss a lot. I see that Morena, MK. Let me know, guys, if you have any sound issues throughout the show. Let me know, so that I can fix them. If you can hear me, okay, that's fine. I see that Jose Morena already started the chat. MK is also here, guys. Today we have a topic that's very controversial, right? Last Sunday, I brought up the question, is the manosphere dead? Right? We got positive and negative feedback, of course. And I'm going to put this out there before I announce my special guest, right? If you want to reply to my content because you either couldn't catch me live or because you were too shy to come up, which is okay. Okay, let me see. Maybe it's because I'm moving a lot. That's okay, but please, by all means, I am a mother of a 4-month-old. I don't have time to read through like crazy paragraphs like it's a Bible in the comment section. Come on now, just make it simple. Like, like bring it down. Don't put a whole pergamino in the comment section. Expect me to read that, okay? Just make it simple, simplified. Now, guys, I see that more people are coming in. Make sure that you you know share this video so that more people can come up. Yeah, Morena, there was somebody that come on, typing in a Bible and expect me to read that while I have to feed Grayson and stuff. Like, come on, that's surreal. uh it's just like I saw those comments. Yeah, like, come on now. Like, I am all up for disagreement, but I'm definitely not reading all that stuff. Maybe you get one paragraph. I'll read one paragraph. Two, hell no. I talk a lot and not even me type that much. So come on now. Oh Lord. But guys, without any further ado, today we have a special topic, and I brought today ammunition. Very good ammunition, top grade ammunition. Oh, Robert. Robert asks, women always win. Oh, Robert, I brought someone today that's going to help me answer that question. And because some people think that because I'm a girl, my opinion comes second, I brought male ammunition today. And who better to bring to the space than the one, the only, my beloved MK, people.
Hey,
Hey!
what's up?
What's up? What's up? Can you guys hear him okay?
Yeah, this is the first time trying to dual mic, so I'm trying to see if it works. So if I'm too loud, also let me know.
All right, guys. So I see that Blood Moon also came in. Uh yeah, guys. I brought MK with me to have this discussion. I think this is something that needs to be talked about. Why women will always win. MK, what do you think that about the topic? Why women always end up winning in the end?
Yeah, cause guys, guys always they give me in. We seeing it now in the manosphere. We seeing all that.
You
So
think? Do you think that? Okay, let's say for example, when I mean why women always win, and I think that because I see a lot of people confused. Hey, Irby, what's up? Uh, Women always end up winning, and the biggest proof, like for the people that get confused, the biggest proof that women continue to win uh is that women continue to profit out of the fuckery that they do today. Okay, we see prosperous and rich thoughts. That does not happen by chance, and I'm 100% sure that they are not making bank out of women. Okay, I don't subscribe to OnlyFans. I don't even know how to manage that platform. I'm pretty sure that the majority of women that are not on that platform to sell themselves do not know how to maneuver through OnlyFans, so we know where they're profiting from, right?
I
So
mean, it's like I was telling my brother and his friends on the podcast that we have. Shout out to Black Market Podcast, another podcast that I joined and talk, ish on.
oh
That one I
Lord.
talk ish on. But yeah, I mean, you can't talk shit about women not being in control when you're giving them the power. you want to be in control, but you're buying their stuff, you're liking their stuff, and then complaining that they're presenting themselves in a certain way. First of all, that's hypocritical, because if you like that behavior, you're gonna fund it. So you're funding it. So I don't, maybe I'm talking in circles. I'll get used to it, y'all. Like I said, I talk my ish on the other ones because nobody know who I am.
Oh, look at
Y'all do.
Irby. Look at Irby. Irby is playing it safe. He's like, I don't know how to work OnlyFans. LOL. Come on, Irby.
I mean, they just recently opened up a OnlyFans app on streaming services. So now if you subscribe to OnlyFans, you can watch it on your TV.
Jesus Christ. OnlyFans is only getting bigger and bigger. You know what's crazy about OnlyFans? I heard from, I think it was from Lovely T, when she said that OnlyFans was not even created for porn. It was created for like people, because I thought at some point to open an OnlyFans like years ago, but it was to teach people how to make Puerto Rican recipes. So when that was before the pandemic, like way before the pandemic, when people started crowding OnlyFans to like sell themselves, like women started crowding to like sell pussy and stuff. Like I was like, okay, this is not the platform. Never mind. Because one of the things that I want to do is make recipes online. Like I definitely want to do that. Like I want to cook online. Well, you know this because I've talked to you about this before. I want to. Don't laugh. What you laughing? MK is laughing.
The Puerto Rican version of what's that lady that was cooking?
What, Ina Garden?
The one that called somebody a ninja.
Paula.
Paula.
But I'm gonna tell you something. Paula's food is really good. Have you ever tried one of her recipes?
Oh yeah, all the time by other black people.
Oh my god. No, for sure. Like, look, I cooked her meatloaf recipe, and I did not know about the whole ketchup trick that she put.
She got that off of some ninjas, man.
Oh my god.
Like all her stuff is from somebody else. The same thing from KFC. Same thing from Popeye.
So you're basically saying that I'm stealing Puerto Rican recipes from Puerto Ricans that know how to cook properly?
Yeah.
From Cubans.
Yeah. Que lo que.
That's Dominican. That's not you.
Well, I'm sorry. That's the only word I know how to use.
Oh my god. I've told, look, it's very funny teaching your gringo husband how to mention words from your specific Latin group, right? Because MK is a mixture of Dominican, Mexican dialect. I don't know why you have taken after that. It's so crazy.
No mama's there. Because I was raised in California, so I've been around a lot of Mexicans.
But how do you get the Dominican part though?
I don't know, because I kept hearing people say que lo que, so I was like, oh, que lo que. Que lo que, mi gente.
You gotta be kidding me.
It's just like when we call the phone thing and they say, oh, prima, nueve. Something like that. I don't know. When I accidentally, press the Spanish section.
And you try to brave through it?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That happens to me.
Press the button.
I just hang up. I don't try to break through it.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't even know what she's saying, but I get it. See, press it. How do you say one in Spanish?
You're
Ocho.
silly. I
Ocho.
cannot. Look at Flamboy. She's going crazy. This dude is hilarious, man. Look at Morena. He doesn't understand. I don't know, guys. I think MK probably was either Mexican or Dominican.
Well, apparently there's like Mexican in my.
That's true. Fun fact. Okay, this is going to be hilarious. So brace yourselves, right? You know how MK is FBA here, FBA there, FBA. Well, it turns out that there is some percentage of Mexican in MK's heritage. We don't know how it got there, but I mean, hey, come on now. Happy Cinco de Mayo, right?
Yeah.
I'm never letting that go.
I'm gonna join the parties down the
Go
street.
back to your country.
No, mama's late.
Every time I get mad at you, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna build the wall.
You remember Chris Tucker when he was talking to Rosalie Sanchez, rush out to Gonzalez Morales?
That's gonna be you. That's gonna be you. That's gonna... But guys, let's go back to
Jose. No, Jose.
let's go back to our topic, right? Why women always win. We're gonna get very serious now. Like this week, one thing that was I thought I saw everything in my lifetime until I saw this. Like I posted on my Instagram this lady that she claims to be, hold on. She claims to be a Christian, right? And she says that she's a proud Christian porn star and that God put her on this earth to enjoy sexual pleasure. Okay. She used to be a teacher. She is married. I'm gonna read some of the whole article, and it says this sinful
Some
stunner.
of the whole article or the whole article.
Oh, some of the
Some of the. I'm gonna read some of the whole article.
Oh my God, stop. Look, living with a perfectionist is not easy. But this lady says, I'm going to read some of the article. Happier?
Mhm.
Okay, it says, this sinful stunner is making an unholy confession. A Christian OnlyFans star says she feels more connected to her faith since she kickstarted her kinky career 7 years ago and now believes God put her on earth to quote unquote liberate other women from their sexual shame. Courtney Tilia, 35, made the declaration during an interview with the Daily Star on Sunday, saying, God's message has been abundantly clear. I'm here to be a porn star. This is my way of serving. This is her. This is Courtney Tilia. She's 35 years old. She's the mother of 3, I believe, and she is currently married, believe it or not. So what do you think about that, MK?
I mean, I can dig it, I guess.
Oh my gosh. Jesus. You see?
Christian Porto.
I feel for
Like,
the soul.
I don't.
Ooh.
There's already a pastor out there saying the only stripper I love died on the cross. I was like, well, what the hell are you talking about?
Oh my God.
So I mean, I'm not really surprised. Christians often do that. I'm a Christian, but I killed a dude last week.
Oh my God. I cannot believe you.
Look at what was it, Hector El Father or whatever?
Hector El Father was not a Christian. Hector El Father was a very highly criminal, or incriminated himself. He was a reggaeton singer that incriminated himself, but he was not like a killer Christian. He eventually turned into a Christian after a while. But to be honest with you, look, in my opinion, I don't think, put a number 1 in the chat if you think that Courtney Tilia is going to lose subscribers and OnlyFans. She has 18,000 subs, something like that. It's ridiculous. She makes anywhere from $20,000 to $100,000 a month. Okay, and basically, if you read through it, I'm not going to read through the whole thing. She basically says that associated with Christianity, there's a lot of sexual shame, and she's teaching people that you're supposed to be on this earth to follow through your sexual desires, and you should not be shamed for that because God actually encourages you
To a certain
follow that.
extent, she right. To a certain extent, because people don't. That's why you get a lot of people in church having sex. Like this. The story of the pastor's daughter.
What?
Like, oh, she's so holy and she's so magnificent, but then you find out she's like swallowing 50 dudes in a
Oh my
bathroom.
God.
So
Why is it always the pastor's daughter, the most undateable woman?
because
on
you're
earth?
restricting her. I don't think a lot of people understand what restricting people does. It puts you in a position where I've never done this or I've never done that or I don't have the freedom to do it. So guess what? You're always going to end up doing something like that because It's a forbidden fruit.
So you actually think that basically, so you support her?
Hmm.
Well, I don't
I don't
support
support
her.
her calling herself a Christian. Like me, I'm very strict on what I call myself because I don't act. I still believe the Christian ways. You know, I pray.
Yeah,
I don't believe in the whole religious organization of it because
you're
I don't
more
feel
like a
like being
liberal
yeah, I
Christian.
don't feel like being restricted by people's restrictions on it because I see those as people's restrictions. Unless God tells me otherwise, I don't know.
Well, I was okay when I was like a very devout Christian, right?
Hmm.
I was not raised. That's what the Christian, the old Christian part of me. Uh, it's saying that she's like completely wrong. I see some of the comments that we have opinion nerded says it's the pastor's daughter because of repressed sexuality. Yeah,
True.
I think you're 100% correct on that, because I think that there is like a higher expectation. I saw it. I was brought up in an extremely conservative, almost cultish, if not a cult, because uh, Seventh Day Adventist. You know this, and I was born in it, and I was baptized by the age of 8.
By the way, 7 Day Adventists are a bunch of hypocrites, but go
Oh
ahead.
my God. I don't think so. I think there's beauty in certain things that SDAs
No,
preach. I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna lie.
following no crackhead that created something.
She wasn't a crackhead, okay?
Whatever.
Helen
But
G.
go ahead.
White was a prophet. But basically, okay, I know it sounds crazy, but Ellen G. White, according to her standards, right? Uh yeah, like I saw a lot of the girls, because when you're in this type of organized relationship, I mean relationships with God, through this type of religions, like God asks for so much. Hence why I'm an atheist today, because I've never had a good relationship with God. At least not the way that I was brought
Well,
up to think
that
into
the
him.
problem is you saying you don't have a good relationship with God, but you have to look at it as it. Do you didn't have a relationship with?
I
You had a
did.
relationship through your parent, so you don't know how it is to have a relationship with God outside of your relationship with your parent, because they tell you how to pray, they tell you how to follow, they tell you the real relationship starts when you may take that journey and do it yourself,
But I
not
did
when
it
you follow
myself
your parent.
though. I at 8 years old to
That's
be
not eight. That's not by yourself.
yes, it
Because
was.
were your parents still forcing you to go to church?
No, I wanted to be in
No.
heaven. I
No.
That was
Listen to
my
what I'm
biggest
saying.
dream.
Was your parents forcing you to go to church? Did you
Okay,
have to go to church? Was that a requirement?
I feel cornered. No,
Yes.
I'm just saying. I feel attacked. I'm just saying, like, for example, uh, why? Okay, what would you name? I didn't know anything else. To me, it will be very hard for me to tell you that my parents made me, because I was born into the religion. So it's not the
Exactly.
same
So
thing.
technically, you were made to go,
Well, knowing what I know now, probably I would say yes.
which means as an adult, you haven't created that uh branch yourself.
Well, I th-
So you can't make that assumption that you don't
but
have a
I
good
did
relation.
after a certain age, like through servitude in the church, because as you get older, you have to serve more. Like it starts with minister, uh, you know, duties, and then eventually you become an adventurer, and then you become a pathfinder, and then you become a medical cadet, and you get to even save people's lives.
I
So
am no medical cadet, says no.
because you were a liberal Christian, you were
But
not an actual like
you
Christian
know
Christian.
what?
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
here to listen to Blood Moon. Let's get back on topic. Let's get back on
so so so
because I know
what?
she's gonna say that eventually. Let's get
You're
back on
like,
the topic.
get back on topic. No, but seriously, going through like this whole Christianity thing, right? I don't. Did you see? You proved the point. We're giving this type of woman a pass to desecrate Christianity, and I'm gonna explain my point, right? You correct me
Hmm.
if I'm wrong. Um, I don't believe in the concept of God, right? To me, it's magic. However, if a part of me were to believe that God exists, it will be that there's so many people out there. Human nature, if we give in to what we want to do,
Hmm.
we're disgusting. We're animals. There's an animalistic dark side of us that is right there. Everybody has access to it. If you're a human being, you know what I'm talking about
Is
because we
she
all
doing
have
the
it.
content with her husband?
I don't know. But let me finish my thought, right?
Okay.
So you making the choice to bring yourself to humility through Christ, to try to act outside of the nature of yourself in order to be good to others, that concept alone of Christianity, I think, deserve a special place in the world, and it should not be desecrated by people like her. I think if we're gonna, that's the only proof that we have that's tangible that God exists. I don't know if that makes sense. What do you think? You still support,
I
huh?
guess. I mean, just let her do what she want to do. I don't really, like I said, like actual Christians have to call that out. The problem with actual Christians is they hear stuff like that and they don't say anything because they know they do the same thing. It's like I said. It's like I said about the liberal and conservative.
We're about to get into
Like you're both
politics.
because you can be conservative about like laws, right?
Mhm.
About how somebody else, oh, I don't like them kissing dudes, or I don't like girls kissing girls or whatever, and I want this strictly. But then behind closed doors, you up there doing everything that they're doing. The thing is, you just don't want others to do. You have I don't know what it is, but you have like this opinion about if others can do it, then I don't
Look,
know. I
look at
don't know
what
how to
Jose
phrase it.
says. Jose is coming at the defense of Christians. He says, "MK, not all Christians are the same."
Yeah, I know. I mean that's common sense. I don't hold everybody to. I'm just saying most because let's be honest. Even myself, I can say I've done things outside of God's will. But at the same time, like there's a lot of people. My thing is with the Christians who keep going out and claiming like her, doing all that. But at
Mhm.
the end of the day, I don't really care because if you common sense also know if she's doing that, then she's not a Christian. I don't care how much she calls herself. But
Hmm.
that's on Christians. That's Christians' fault too, as a whole, because you guys we don't call nothing out, and then we're okay with people bending and twisting everything.
But you don't think that
So
because, let me ask you something, as the only Christian in this household, uh, you don't think that Christianity is supposed to be like a constant standard for you to humble yourself and be better? Like, because we know as humans we're all flawed, right? So you don't think that Christianity is supposed to be like that bar?
you are, but what's the point if you're just like I said, at this point, it's a title. If it's like Jose said, it's a way of life. But if nobody's treating it like one, then I don't really give a shit about. Then, oh, I'm a Christian stripper. Oh, she's just a stripper.
Oh my god, maybe
She
she's
just
a
wants.
stripper.
She just tacking that on to make herself seem like she's better than the people
I
she
think
surrounds
this
herself
is this is my this is my
with.
opinion, right? I think she's saying that she's a Christian and that God supports her first to attract more traffic for the shock value, and because some people might have a fetish of like a Christian porn star, and then
Who has that?
also, believe it or not, if you have people out here having fetishes about feet and women bath water and
Dirty panties.
dirty panties and stuff, like, come on, of course there's people out there that like, did you remember that girl that was selling
I don't
farts?
want to care. I don't. Yeah, let's move on. Next topic.
Now, before we close this one, right, to be honest with you, you just proved my point. You supported this whole thing about this Christian porn star that she's not gonna lose any notoriety. She's not gonna.
I'm not watching her shit. So I mean, I'm not supporting it.
I
That don't
know,
count.
but I mean, I know, but you're basically saying out there that it's okay for her to be a Christian porn star, like,
Yeah, if she want to be a hoe and her husband let her be a hoe, then she could be a hoe.
but it's not supposed to be right in the eyes of God. You're
I don't
desecrating.
care. That's for her and her husband. They the ones that say they are Christian. I don't give a shit what they do. They the ones that's gonna look bad in the eyes of God, not me.
So you think that we should not tell her that she's gonna do the devil's pedicure?
She going to hell for sure. But that ain't my job to tell her.
Oh my god, look, and then he wants you to watch God. No, seriously, look, that was messed up that you support the Christian porn star. I might have to talk to your dad. I might
Dude. No.
I have to go talk to your dad and your mom. I swear. Look at Blood Moon. Blood Moon is like, God is not real. So she just looks. She said, so she
I
just
agree with.
looks
I mean,
like a hoe
Mhm.
to people around her. Yeah,
I
think
agree. I don't agree with the God not real, but the second half is 100% correct.
yeah, I think she's a prostitute, you know.
She's a
And speaking,
hoe. I know that she's a hoe. You got hoes in your
oh my
enemy.
god. No, seriously, I just think that she's just trying to like rewrite Christianity. Like, hey, Ramon, like Ramon is saying right here. He says the woman is hiding behind religion, so her thoughterly won't be judged. Yeah, because we want to give her a pass.
It's
And
no different than like dudes that say the whole I can have multiple wives because I'm Muslim.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're hiding
Like,
behind religion
okay.
just to have to be a manho. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Like it's something that I wish people were more honest about. But I mean, if we say these things out loud, people will come at us and like,
I don't really care
yeah.
anymore. I used to.
So speaking of prostitutes and hoes and stuff, oh my
Mhm.
god, the next thing that I'm gonna bring. Look, my show has never been for children. This is for adults. But if you happen,
PG-13 to
no,
rated
not
R.
even. It's 21 and older. If you happen to have kids around you,
Hey,
uh,
Ramon.
hey Ramon, what's up? If you happen to have kids around you or anyone that's under the age or they're too sensitive to like high explicit sexual stuff, this is the time where you tuck them away because what I'm going to play right now is one of the most disgusting sexual things that I have heard and seen in my life. And I'm pretty sure that it will be the same for you. But still, nonetheless, we have to talk about it. So I'm going to play it. Guys, brace yourselves. This is disgusting. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's see.
That was a real y'all scared to talk about what the y'all like, cause y'all so worried about what these bitches gonna think. Baby, if you piss on me, make sure along you get my hair done after. Yeah. Piss on me, piss in my mouth. Let me piss on his mouth. Let me piss in your mouth, fart in your face. I want on top of your hair and rub it in. I like to open my legs, squat my ass over his face, and give me a nice little fart in.
I told y'all. I told. Hey, Kaichel, nice to see you.
This bitch is nasty.
I warn y'all.
Oh my god. I listened to it the other day, but I was at work, so I couldn't.
She's so gross. I swear to God, like this is a woman that only her mama loves her at this point. Like I swear. look at Mariana. Mariana is like my buddy asquerosa. She's gross.
Oh shoot.
People, oh my God. And to be honest with you, that woman has kids.
Mhm.
Can you guys believe that? Like she has children.
Oh man.
She literally has children. And we're gonna go again. I don't know. I'm speechless.
For what?
Like, as you know, we all have like, little kinks here and there, which is like, oh my god, like, I like to have like nice lingerie, or I like this and that. But you know what it is to like go all like full 2008 R. Kelly on, like, what the fuck? This is disgusting. This is gross. Like, we're now, oh my god, it's just disgusting. I just don't know what to say. I have no words. What are your words like for Suki Hana? This is not the first episode. Do you know when she was? I think it was in 2020 when she was vomiting on a man's private parts.
Oh man.
Like, oh my god. I see that people are going crazy. Look at Opinion Nerd. He says, well, hey, she wouldn't be doing it if she didn't have people asking for it. I imagine mostly Germans mess with her. It's called chaser porn.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Morena says she has children, poor babies. Ramon says that's the Suki Hana gal. Yeah, if you can call her that, to me, she's a horse. I mean, at this point, like, that woman, like, oh my God, she's disgusting. And the fact that she still has close to 2 million followers, mostly males.
Makes sense.
Mostly males.
Makes sense.
That is still financing. She's rich.
Mm-hmm.
Make no mistake. Suki Hana at some point used to be an actual rapper that was signed by a record label. And when she started losing money because she signed one of those 360 deals, she decided to start doing this stuff. And now she's making no opinion nerd. No. Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, those are for the streets. This woman is for the slums. This woman is for the toilet. Like, just throw her away.
The trap house.
Just throw her away. Like, no one. If you're a man out there and oh my God.
I mean, that ties to everything. Kind of what this subject is talking about. Winning. What is she doing winning? Like, we can think that her actions are disgusting and we can condemn her and be like, oh, that bitch is nasty. But at the end of the day, who's paying for that? And I'm like, I tell dudes, like, you got, yeah, that's true to a certain extent. Well, no, I have to be honest, that is true. But if you're funding her, and like for guys, if it don't apply, let it fly. Then you're shoot, I'm missing a lot of words today. Condoning it.
Co-signing it.
Yeah. Whatever your money goes to, you're giving a pass to. So as much as there's dudes that say I don't want it, then if you're not funding it, then that's cool. But we can't sit up here and say dudes don't fund any of that.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense to deny reality. Like, I understand that in this climate that we're being attacked and like men are unfairly sometimes being judged. But I think too, if men be more honest, then we would start being we could get ahead of the game if we're more honest and more realistic by what we like and what we want. If we say outright, I want a hoe, then we'll be all right.
Jose says that to respond to Blood Moon saying that men are nasty by nature, Jose says, not me. Look, you might say that because you're a good Catholic kid, but in reality, I mean, I have
everybody has a dark side.
I have to agree with MK. Everybody has a dark side.
Everybody.
Not even Jose.
Everybody.
Oh my God. Jose, MK is not giving any passes today. You have a dark nature too. No, but what shocks me the most is the fact that
I'm sorry, Ramon. I mean, Jose, I got to. And what's up, Johnny?
Hey Johnny, what's up? Long time no see. No, but seriously, yeah, we all, I think we all do like things that will be considered nasty. I think my problem, and I think the problem of a lot of people is, when did it became
Become.
normal to, huh?
Become.
Oh my God. When did it become? I'm bilingual, okay? So, of course, a lot of words are not going to come out right, but I have my perfectionist here next to me to perfect my English language, right? When did it become uh, socially acceptable or morally acceptable to be nasty out in the open? I think that's what we're grossed out about. You know, because we were all raised to like, hey, be a lady on the street and a hoe or a freak in the
Well,
streets or
no,
whatever the
no.
hell.
You
But
might be, and a few others like might be taught like that, but most aren't.
what?
Most aren't taught to be a lady in the sheets and I mean a freak in the sheets. Oh,
Hoes are thought that way. Be a
yeah,
lady in the sheets and
yeah, a lady in
and a
the
freak
streets and
in
a freak in the sheets. They're taught to be a freak in the streets and a freak in the sheets.
oh my
And then there's
God.
some that are freak in the streets and are a lady in the sheets.
Yeah, I've heard about that because those are the same ladies that. Did you remember that Black China video that got leaked that she didn't know how to go downtown on like a man
Hmm.
after selling that she's like this porn
You know
star or
how
whatever?
disappointed that dude was.
I can imagine.
Get off, get off.
It'll be like 3 days
Let me go.
later.
Let me go and call somebody else. This is sickening.
Oh my God. Look, oh my God. This is crazy. Look at Opinioner is saying Jonathan Majors should have been honest too. He wants polyamory, didn't know how to ask for it. Apparently, he was trying to holler at other girls when his girl snatched his phone. Look, I'm gonna say something contrary to popular belief, and I posted this in many different ways on my social and got a lot of women coming at me. But I'm gonna say this real quick, right? If unless you're ready, if you're wifed up or booed up and you live with someone, right? Unless you're ready to pack up your bags today and leave the house, don't go through your man's phone. Just don't. Avoid it at all costs. Avoid it like the plague. That phone, you don't want to touch it. You want to live in never ending love and bliss. You don't want to go through the phone. You just don't. Avoid it. Don't touch it. It's full of germs. You don't want to
Like,
come
would you
near it.
be disappointed if you went through a phone and you saw like instead of like naked pictures, you saw like Dragon Ball Z clips?
I'll be pissed. But at the same time, I'll be happy, but I'll be pissed. I'll be like, this MFer don't even. Ah! I don't know. I'm Latina. We're mad for not being mad. So, like,
That's all my phone is full of anime and comic book stuff.
I'll be mad too. I'll be mad at you for that because then I will have nothing to fight at you for, or nag at you, or yell at you, or wave
You'll
the
find a way.
spatula, you know?
You,
Like,
you all, you'll find a way. You always do.
I need something to fight
This house
about.
is too clean. Like, oh wow,
I need
that's what
something.
you wanted.
I need something to fight about, like literally. But coming back to what I was saying is
Mhm.
that it's so disgusting. Like, but she serves a public, and we know that the public that she serves is not necessarily women.
Mhm.
So once again, Suki Hannah doing these disgusting things has 2 million followers. Oh, look at Ramon. Ramon is saying, MK, make sure you don't have any hentai shit. I don't know what
No,
that
I
is.
don't. Purely fight scenes and cool pictures. I try to keep my stuff clean.
Look, Ramon is on bro code today. Ramon, I don't know what that is, but I'm pretty sure it's something that you guys are talking to each other in code.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know what that is, but I will figure it out. I have access to the internet, okay? I can look it up. Anyway, what we were talking about?
I mean, I don't really have too much to say about the Suki Honda thing in general because I don't know, it kind of ties into everything. So like maybe I will have more to say like later
later down the road
because it's like it ties down because then it feels like it would be redundant if I.
You don't think you don't have anything to say about her because she has already been off of the pedestal for so long?
She's on a pedestal.
You think she's on a pedestal?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Well, why do you think she gets so much money?
So you think, let me ask you something that's going to be a little bit more controversial. Do you think that the same guys that we have on the internet talking mad crap about like women and the stuff that women do and stuff like that, do you think that those are the same ones that follow Sukihana? Like, do you see a follower of, let's say, for example, Godfather's follower also subscribe to Sukihana? Do you think that's possible, or you think those are two different guys?
I believe that's possible.
You think that's possible?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think those are the same? To the guys in the comment section, let me know. Do you guys think that a person that can be subscribed to any person in the manosphere could also be a Sukihana subscriber? Like, do you think
if guys can separate when they cheat, like not having feelings with that woman, and then like having I have feelings for my wife, but I'm having sex with another woman. If we can split that in two, then we can definitely reason why I look at Sukihana. Oh, that's just to get a sexual urge off, but I'm still on my game.
Yeah,
that's not a woman I would marry.
Yeah, the lies we tell ourselves. Yeah, it's kind of like when women want to say today, like, oh my god, like we're women, we got each other. When every time, like, something that irks me about the Latina feminists is like whenever one Latina gets killed, because you guys know that the feminist side in the Latin communities is on the rise.
Yeah.
Every time a Latina gets killed, hey Gigi, we're like, oh, ni una más, ni una menos, like not one more, not one less, whatever, right? But then when we see women with their man, with their guy out there, you try to get their guy. Like, these thoughts are in competition with us. That's why I don't subscribe to none of the thoughterry. You're a thought, I don't want anything to do with you. You're my enemy, period. I don't care about sister. I don't care about nothing. I'm against you and you're against me. Why? Because you're trying to come for our husband.
Well, there's no code.
Yeah, there's no code.
I think women like to believe there's a code. Some do have. I'm not going to cheat. Just like some men have a code. But majority of men and women are capable of doing things to friends and family and have no qualms about it whatsoever. That's one thing we're missing: standards and code. Like, if you can sleep with my best friend and have and walk away being angry at me, like you get caught and you angry at me, I'd slap the shit out of you. I slap the living shit out of you. Like, what you angry about? Oh, just go. Like, you get caught. That's you need to get mad at yourself because you showed not only do you not have standards, but you went around in my circle, and that goes for guys too.
Yeah.
And decided that you were going to give not only someone I know, but someone I'm close to what I give you or what you give me. So now it's no longer special.
Yeah.
You don't have any standards for yourself. You don't have a code for yourself. I can't respect that.
Yeah, and you know what? It goes back to what we were talking last week when we were talking about this real femme sapien swapping her husband for her husband's friend because he was higher ranking and made more money. I'm like, so why? Like, can you relax with a woman that she swapped you for her husband like before? Like, can you relax with a woman like that moves like that? Would you bring her on your friends and family that are males that make more money or stuff? Like, can you do that?
No.
Like, I don't know. But I want to go to like what Bro Ted is saying. He said women will always win because it's generation simp out there right now. Girls who decades ago will be vacuuming crumbs on the carpet at a local hotel now get to be superstars. Just look at Twitch thoughts. I don't know. Oh, the Twitch thoughts. Okay. I want to focus on that because I'm going to defend the Sims here for a minute. And you guys don't come for me yet, right? But let's just keep it real, right? I think every man comes with a SIM card. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Okay, we're here just to have the conversation, but I think that you are born with a SIM card, and eventually, yes, Gigi, that this is my husband, MK. I don't know if you have heard him before. He rarely is here, but I dragged him here today. So I think every man is born with a SIM card, and I think losing or being mistreated or facing reality, because of course you're gonna be taken advantage of. That's how you learn how to have game. That is what pushes out your SIM card. You don't agree with that? What do you think? Do you think all men are born as Sims or no?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
It's taught.
Who teaches simpish behavior? Simping
The
hood.
moms sometimes, a lot of the moms teach it because they'll tell their son like, oh well, that's how you treat a girl, and give her some flowers, treat her nice, and then like when you start doing that, you find out that that's not how I'm supposed to do things, or that's not how she likes or was raised to expect. She was raised to expect me to like yell, scream, put my hands on her, or whatever, like that stuff that you be like, I'm kind of like, that's a little inappropriate, but
Oh, come on. Look at Ramon. Ramon says, our mothers to a degree teach us to be simps.
yeah.
I don't want to teach my son how to be a simp, but I don't.
But that's
want.
up to you having a dad, because dads are supposed to balance that out.
But this is my thing. Okay. Once again, I'm going as a woman. Of course, I cannot be anything else. So, I want also to teach my son how to romance his woman,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, he's gonna see you when you bring me like no special day flowers. Sometimes when you notice I'm feeling down, or when you rub my feet, or when you wash my hair, or
Mhm.
whatever, like he's going to see those things. So I think, because this is what I'm also seeing. I'm also seeing that you have guys that are then giving that angry treatment to every woman out there, even the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you don't think it would be better to just teach the kids how to identify which woman deserves all of that and which woman don't?
That's why you need your dad, because
So
your mom will automatically start teaching you that she won't differentiate things till she starts seeing you go out with women that are a little questionable, and even then she'll kind of be like, yeah, I don't know, and then like kind of keep it to herself. You need your dad to be like, all right, your mom says, romance or do this, but this is the woman you do that with, this is the woman you don't, this is the woman, this is how you figure out what a woman wants, uh how to vet her. You need balance. People need a man and a woman, your mom and your dad, to tell you. Your mom's gonna tell you how to, give her flowers, and your dad's gonna be like, "This is the one that deserves it. This ain't. That's all. That's a housewife."
yeah, but I also look, in my defense,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a modern mom, of course. So I also want to teach my son whatever he wants to do. If Grayson wants to be a husband, I want to teach him how to tend to his woman needs the best,
Mm-hmm.
not to his detriment, of course. But if he says, Mom, I don't want to be a husband, I just want to be a bachelor and just match this house, what did I tell you all the time? I will go clean his bachelor pad. I will stock up his fridge with drinks.
No,
He'll be the best
but-
bachelor in the world. I want him to win at that too.
I mean, I don't agree with that,
You
but
don't, of course, because you're a family man. But you also don't think I should do that. You always tell me I don't think you should.
I don't think you should. I think you should learn how to do that. And if a woman that comes along wants to do that for him, then he should allow her the space to do it. But I don't think you should do it, because then that will start crippling him. And then every time something happens, he's going to run to mom. Oh, mom, can you clean my laundry? Mom, can you wash my dishes? Mom, can you do this? Mom, can you do that? And with me here, it's like, I can't allow that. Like, you do got to do things like it's not back in the day. She might want to work too. So you got to learn how to clean for yourself. You got to learn how to cook for yourself. You got to learn how to do a lot of things for yourself. Now, if she wants that space to do it, then you allow her. But if you know you start interfering in that, then he's gonna just come to you, and it's gonna be a wasted effort.
But you don't think I mean, I think I will teach him how to be self-sufficient when it comes to cooking for himself in case he doesn't get a wife or gets divorced, right? But I think, I mean, the way I was brought up. Thank you, Morena. Morena says Hispanic moms spoil their sons. Yeah, like I feel like I don't know. I want to be there to support him so that he can focus on whatever he has going on. Like let's say, for example, our baby boy. I know, Ramon. I know. I'm a Puerto Rican mom. You know how we are. Uh, I think that, let's say that he works 18 hours out a day. I think I should go into his apartment, cook him a nice meal, and just leave it there for him, so when he comes home he doesn't have to eat fast food or crappy foods, or have to, worse, even cook for himself
Wait,
at that
when
time.
he's grown?
Yes, like why not? Like if he's not married, he doesn't have a wife that can feed
Oh,
him
shit.
properly. I'm not joking. Do you want Grayson to be unhealthy and fat?
I mean, dude, find out what's healthy and cook your own stuff. Like, don't come over to
Oh
the house.
my
But we
God.
off topic, We off
Okay,
topic.
yeah, that's true. I see that Be Tall, Young, and Attractive said every woman who is above 3 in looks has the potential to be a mini celebrity on social media. The black pill teaches us that. Look,
It's that nihilistic shit.
I know you talked to me briefly about this. To the people that believe this, it's oh my God.
I mean, he's not wrong. I'm looking. He's not wrong. If your looks are you got surgery and you went from butt fuck ugly to damn you beautiful, then of course, like, you gonna get followers. It always happens.
Do you think Suki Hama's pretty?
No.
No, she has a face that only her mom can love.
Mhm.
We've said that. I'm like, look, I'm gonna give my input here, right? To the people that say like, oh, every woman who's above 3 in looks like has the potential to be a mini celebrity on social media. Yes, but who is their fan base?
Man.
Exactly. And do you think like their fan base tend to be men that are out there being bachelors that get beautiful women every day coming in and out of their house, or you think it's the black pillars or the red pillars that are angry on the internet typing stuff being keyboard warriors?
I'm gonna be honest, like, they all want them. As much as we talk about simps, like, that's the thing about simps. Like, we talk about them, but then behind the scenes, like, there's a lot of dudes who do some weird stuff for some, what do they say, a little change for some strange. You can't call out simps and then be like, well, I don't, they are simp because they're doing this and that. You're liking that shit. You're liking that shit. The only thing that keeps you from being a simp is nobody really knows who you are, especially if on Instagram and on YouTube you got 2 different names. So nobody knows that you're following Megan Thee Stallion or not even them, like some obscure YouTube model chick that got a fat ass. Like, nobody knows that you're following her unless they know you.
But it goes, I don't know. I don't think it's the word. Look, it goes to like Gigi's comment when she says, Denise, do you think the word simp is overplayed on social media? Like any guy who's nice, they call him a simp. I don't know if you're still here, Gigi, but I will give my input that's related to what you were just saying. I think that
Yes.
oh, stop.
It's overplayed.
It is overplayed. It is overplayed because guys that are following Suki Hana, for example, I don't think those are simps. There's something I watch religiously, Coach EO, and I
They're
love
red pillars.
it's the Red Pill Rangers. Yeah, it's the Red Pill Rangers. I'm gonna call them that way. They're all dressed in red. They're all the red Power Ranger. Because to be honest with you, the simp, and it's something that Coach EO explained beautifully when he said the blue pill guy is happier than the red pill guy because he does not know how unfortunate he is. He's actually enjoying and having good dates and enjoying his life and taking women out and getting even sexual encounters, even if it costs higher than you might like. So we're having a generation right now that's calling husbands doing nice things for us simps. Like, you cannot buy your wife something. You're not supposed to give your wife a massage. You're not supposed to give your girlfriend something nice. Those are called simps. It's kind of like the pick me type of mindset. I will put simp alongside that. Like, if we're gonna balance things
I
out,
don't think.
pick
Yeah,
me's
pick
and
me is
simps are
overplayed.
it's overplayed. You know, there's caveats to that. Of course, we cannot get into that right now because it will be like super long.
I'll say this real quick.
Go ahead.
There's a difference between people who do pick me, and I hate that term, chameleon, but I'll use that. The ones that are so-called pick me, you start pissing them off, and then you see what their real opinion are. They're not pick, and pick me is not a bad thing. Pick me's, they're trying to get picked. You should be trying to get picked,
Yeah.
but if you're comfortable with being by yourself, if you're comfortable with uh not having a partner, then I don't think you should have an opinion on them because you don't want anything. They're trying to get picked, and not all of them are simping for dudes. Not all. There are a few. Trust and believe. I followed a few back in the day, but I think that gets overplayed too.
Yeah, it's I think it's more of the same, you know. It's just, I don't know, it's just so weird. But I think, to be honest with you, to the people that are coming in, please hit the like button. I don't ask for donations too much. I don't
Hit the
press on that.
damn like button.
I
Hit it
don't press
now.
for that because I know times are hard. But please hit the like button. That
Don't you
doesn't
come
cost
in
you
here
anything.
and not hit the like button. Hit it now.
Welcome to the dark side, huh? Hey, what's up, Royces?
By the end of this stream, I better see 19 likes.
Oh my god.
Back to your scheduled programming.
Oh, back to normal. Look, I love what Johnny Mills said. He said, "Do the call a man a simp for doing something nice for his wife are not married either." And it's true. That's how you know that. Oh my god, look at Morena.
I know you. That's only for here, or for like if I'm playing. But
That, but seriously, like, I think that that's how the culture has come down to. We're a group, and I think we should. I don't want to get group into manosphere content, right? Or red pill content and stuff. So I'm not gonna do it.
which brings us to our next topic.
Oh my god. You guys better get used to this. MK doesn't like me talking too much. He grounds me a lot. He's a Virgo.
I have to
That's
because you
usually
guys
how it
came here
is.
for a specific reason, so we
Oh
gotta
my god.
speed up the process.
Put a number 1 in the chat if you want me to move to the topic again. Put a number 2 if you like when MK bosses me around through the street. My god. So I'm gonna go. Oh my god, are you serious? That doesn't count. That one that you put there doesn't count. Don Armando, don't be cheap. Herbie, don't be cheap. Don't be cheap.
They love you, so you know.
Don't
Take
be
your
following
time.
him. Like, look, Royces too. Oh my god. Okay, let's go back to topic. So going back to the topic, there's one more thing I want to touch on. Very brief, right? We all know the whole Melanie King thing. And I know a lot of people had like mixed sentence towards Kevin Samuels, but I just want you guys to see how cringe worthy this was, because it's one thing to
What's
talk
up,
about it.
Roches?
It's one thing to talk about it, but it's another thing to just watch it happen, and you're gonna feel just as awkward as everybody else. So I'm gonna play fair use, fair use, fair use. So just watch this real quick, guys.
At the funeral.
I can't. I couldn't. I can't see that man in his casket. I'm sorry. Let's move on to the next thing. I don't want to talk about Kevin no more.
Should we even keep on finishing, or this should be the?
All right. No, I can refresh. Oh, we just can't talk about Kevin no more. Like his funeral, I can't talk about that. I cannot talk about that. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I didn't have to twerk it out.
You about to target out?
I gotta twerk it out.
Wait, hold on. You about to?
I gotta be a bottom.
Well, hold up. Oh. Oh.
I gotta twerk it out, guys. It's the only way to get rid of the Kevin in me.
Like just
Get rid
remove
of
the
his
bullshit.
I don't know if you guys just heard the last thing that she said. Yes, Gigi, the cry twerk. The cry twerk. My God. When she said that she had to get rid of the Kevin in her, I don't know, man. That's just so, oh my God, that was so cringe. That was like one of the most cringe moments of 2023. What do you think, MK?
Okay, it's gonna be an opinion. Same thing I thought with Pearl. Same thing I thought. You guys keep letting these women talk in a certain way, and they get into your space, and then you start getting magnetized by them. And when they show their true colors, you getting upset. That's on you. Like I followed Melanie King, but the crazy thing was, as much as I followed her, I've never watched her videos. I can say that, never watched it. And if I did, I probably watched one. I don't like women agreeing with me when they don't have their own opinion. If you're gonna defend men, that's cool. Do it, but don't defend us. Don't get up there and be like, when people talk shit, then all of a sudden you get backed into a corner and you be like, I don't know. I'm just saying what the men are saying. What's your opinion? Well, what do you have? What are you trying to do? Like, what do you think about what's being said? Like, what can you add to help defend the points of a man? And instead of doing that, she gets called out. And instead of her keep informed, what she does is she gets mad at certain dudes calling her out. And what I get mad at is you have a lot of women in the space who do and who are genuine to defending men, and they don't defend those women. But then you come on her stream, don't worry about the haters, baby. You got it. don't. They just all
they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. Just do you and keep. But ain't that the type of woman you say you guys don't fucking want?
Yeah, that's the same one.
Ain't that the type of woman that you're complaining about on stream? She's just a chameleon.
No, she. I don't know,
She chameleoned her ass right up in your pocketbook. Like, damn, like that gets on my nerves. And I understand it's Pearl, but it's not just Pearl. It's a whole bunch of women in the space. I can call them out by name. I don't even really care. Chantel Simone, Melanie King. Who else?
Courtney Michelle.
Yeah, you know.
Continue.
You done messed up my train of thought.
No.
Go ahead.
No, seriously, like, this is the logic of the one thing that shocked me the most is seeing O'Shea defending her. He was so aggravated by Pearl that he made like 17 streams about Pearl, right? But then Melanie King, oh well, this is O'Shea. Oh well, poor Melanie. She didn't know what she was doing. Poor thing. I don't know what she was doing. But that's his logic right now.
I'm a little hesitant to call. I'm not hesitant. I don't think Danica Marie is a chameleon. She has a husband. I think those who have husbands in the space is kind of like, that's
I don't know her content like that.
Like, I know. She's from my city, Rep St. Louis.
Oh,
but
I don't know. I don't know about her content. I can't really comment on her content. I just cannot.
I get why people say Six the goddess, but Danica
Six is a strip.
Danica does give out, and most of the women in the sphere, I don't know why people have an issue with them because they're mostly talking to women. So I'm kind of confused on why we even have an issue with some of the ones who are at least genuine in this sphere.
But you see the point, like, okay, we have specifically, and I'm gonna talk about like the whole thing about the Black community. And I get it. A lot of people don't like non-Blacks to talk about Blacks, right? Cancel me, cancel that, beep, but we got to talk about it, right? Because we're all seeing it. You've been out here, and I remember how much crap the Godfather, also known as Kevin Samuels, had to take from a lot of women for him to try to bring men and women together in the Black community. He had to take so much crap, so many insults, so much crap that he had to go through. And it seems like he brought this wave of, it's basically like I told you, like if you bring crackheads to the cookout, you're responsible for their behavior, right? Like if they do something that, you know, it's out of bounds. So he brings these women to the space. And I think, in my opinion, if we watch Kevin towards the end before he passed, you can realize that he was trying to explain to people that regardless of calling the fuckery in women and in men, because he did both, you have to accept that none of us are perfect, and you just have to work with whatever is your rating socially and sexually, right? Sexually being the first measure, right? Because attraction, beauty, whatever. So to be honest with you, I think that a lot of these ladies, for example, with Melanie King being one of those, Roy Chess, stop. So bringing Melanie King into the space, he brought somebody else. I just don't remember who was it. But didn't he like coach or mentor? He didn't mentor. He coached her. Pearly.
Who?
Kevin. All these women.
I mean,
she
bought a session, so I don't really count that as.
All of these girls come out of like what Kevin did. Like once Kevin transitioned, all of these women come out of the woodwork. Like it's like we kick a trash can and all of these women came out of it. And now they're just babbling his talking points. Like I just saw a lady that I'm not gonna name yesterday.
Just name them. Go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna name her.
Start some shit.
Be messy.
Yeah, start some shit.
It's the dark side, but not that dark, right? But she was just talking yesterday about what Kevin Samuels was talking about the Cosmopolitan.
It's dark, but not that dark. Like, whoa.
Not that dark.
All right, go ahead.
So one thing I would say is, like, for example, in the Black community, a lot of women like to say like misogynoir. Oh, you're misogynoir, which is misogyny coming from like Black men. And I'm gonna say it the way I'm gonna call it the way I see it, right? I think that misogynoir it's not a good look. Look at Opinion Nerd. It's like, be messy. I want to know who it is.
Y'all know that little 1-800 talk that shit.
Oh my god.
Skit. I want to talk some shit.
No, I don't want to. But she was literally bringing up word by word what Kevin said about the cosmopolitan woman, talking about how she decided to use propaganda against women to keep them single and sell basically freedom through sex so that they could buy more products. I'm like, you're literally just babbling exactly what Kevin said, like I think a year before he transitioned. So it's nothing new, and I made sure to put it in the comment section. I get I'm messy, but it is what it is. But I'm not gonna be that messy, okay? Let's keep it classy, never messy. Anyway, so
shoot, I'm messy.
You just want to start.
I just said names on here. I don't really care.
God. So one thing I would say is the whole concept of misogyny, right? The misogynoir thing, I think it's online, and if it's not a good look on Black men, and I would say why, because misogyny is thought, and the people that created misogyny was white dudes, at least the way we know it. It was Caucasians. They created that whole thing. I don't know if you guys saw the Steven Crowder thing, like how he was talking to his wife. You can actually see that in a white boy. Like you literally can see like the way they are. So I think that when you hear Black young males kind of pointing out this thing, like it kind of doesn't even look natural. You know, like to be like that. It's kind of like if it's the same with Latino. Like if you Latino men, yes, they might have a bad rep for other things, but they're very passionate and they're very like romantic and intense and whatever. So imagine if they start saying things like, "Go back to the kitchen, woman." What's the other thing
Also,
that they
do
say?
that already?
Like, no, they
Like,
don't.
girl, I've heard a few that's like, yeah, dame mi comida.
Oh, stop!
like,
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 it's just so weird.
dame mi comida. And they'll tell you to go do that.
Like
and then-
legit, like come on, it's just so weird. Like seeing like this type of dudes, like it doesn't come natural to them. So I think that's what they keep it at a social media level, and that's exactly why women win. If you think about it, because there's so much misandry in the Black community. There's so much hate towards Black men because, of course, their image has been trashed so much that women think that they're below everybody else. So they treat them like crap. Unless you are blessed with like magical, beautiful looks as a Black man, or you're well endowed, and it's known, or you have like a very fat wallet, you're not getting laid as a Black man. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, that's just the way it is. You're just not getting laid.
Well, I'll
period.
say this. I don't. Black men, we can be. I'm not going to use that word because I hate that word,
What?
misogynoir, misogynistic. I just don't think it's to the degree that a lot of these females are saying. A lot of these women, that's disrespect. But a lot of these women are saying, because the thing is, they're in positions of power. You know, they're getting money off OnlyFans. They're being pushed up at the utmost, at the highest positions of everything. So in my community, I don't really, as much as I see it, yeah, we can talk about the killers, but I don't put that in there because that's a whole different thing, and I don't want to muddy it up by saying that. But like to say like our community is just, oh, it's misogynistic. There's a lot of women in our community who were misandrous way before internet started rising. And now I get it, there's dudes in there. I'm not saying there's not, before people jump down my throat. But I'm saying if we're talking about who, like with Kevin Samuels, I know my thoughts are all over the place, but I'm gonna use Kevin Samuels for example. People keep acting like Kevin came out here just to talk about women. He talked about men first. His goal was to get men on track. And after he talked about men for 3 years, then he went to women. But there was a lot of women who ignorantly said that he was being misogynistic and he just talking to women because he wasn't getting the money from the men. That wasn't true either. Now, did he get more money after talking to women? Yes, but did what he say to you guys was wrong? I don't think so. And then he was the one that made all of this mainstream because most people didn't even know who people outside of Kevin was. So we've heard more misandrous stuff. I've heard more people talk negatively about me as a Black man than I've heard about the opposite in the past, at least up until YouTube. So it's like we can't, it's hand in hand. Like, I don't know.
Can I ask you something? I want to get your opinion on this, right? I think in the Black community things happen backwards than everywhere else. I'm sorry. Like for example, we know that in the Latin community and the white community, women had to become extremely masculine and feminist and whatever to just combat the whole male abuse and the misogyny and so on and so on. But it seems to me that in the Black community, there was harmony amongst men and women. But after women started getting on that wave, I think that now misogyny has become basically the movement to combat aggressive women that are just abusing men. Do you think that it happened on reverse in the Black community? Because you guys' history is very particular.
That's from letting people.
Do you think at some point Black men have their women under control, or you think that you guys never care about controlling your women?
I mean, from the looks of the community, I don't think anybody really cared about controlling the women. I'm like, as much as we're violent just like any other man, we do stuff like any other man, but we're always when people say we're the most egalitarian men,
Mhm.
we are. Like I mean, most people, oh, they're easy to get along with, and I don't, that's not of all. Some of we're hard sometimes, but like I said, that's of people in general. But I think a lot of the times those situations happen because we allow people to come in the conversation and have opinions about each other. Exactly why, again, with the Pearl situation, you shouldn't let somebody in. First of all, she's unexperienced. And we always let people who clearly are not for us be in conversation, and we get influence in that. And then we go against each other because what? They whisper in your ear and tell you, well, they don't care about you. They don't give a fuck about you. And I'm like, well, it's like what Blood Moon said in the thing. Like, we're constantly letting people in our space and then get mad about it later on. The manosphere is not mad about it because they're the stupid ass that let the girl in.
Yeah,
But they're gonna regret that a few years down the road.
I see what Introverico is saying. He says Black women seem to swear that they needed the feminist movement to free themselves from Black men. And Blood Moon says you cannot control women who are controlling themselves. And then Roysha says control can mean something big to some men, as in the man wants to be a king, and the woman is subordinated a whole lot on principle. Look, in my opinion, it seems to me that at some point, feminism did not come out of nowhere. That's something that we have to put out there. I mean, I come from the Latin community, and trust me, when I look back at my grandfather, I love my grandpa Guillermo, may he rest in peace. But we know I did not met him like that because I was never taught the stuff that he did up until I was an adult. But seeing the history of my grandmothers and stuff like that, like I can see both sides, but I can never say that we were like Latinas were the submissive angels, like we're being painted contrary to popular belief. We were not like submissive flowers, never been. There's always been whores in our community. There's always been masculine women. Latina women are not the type that is like, yes, baby, whatever you say. We've never been like that throughout history. Okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. Now, if you have anything else to say before we let people in, do you want to close up with something? Do you agree that the red pill community, or whatever you want to say, the monastery, whatever you want to call it, do you think that they are the ones that are basically letting women win with their co-signing and being patrons of this stuff? Like, what are your thoughts on that before we let people in?
I think women are winning, and I think they're winning because, for one, we think the Black manosphere, white manosphere, or red pill in general, they're the female version of feminism. I mean, the male version of feminism. At the end of the day, a lot of these topics are overly complicated for no reason, because we're talking about marriage and submission and all these other stuff, but we haven't even gotten past liking each other yet to get to those topics. And at the end of the day, I don't think we need to keep having topics like this over and over. Like I said, I've listened to it since I was like towards the end of middle school, beginning of high school, and all the way up until now. By like year 3, you start kind of like melding things together because it's the same topic over and over again. And then when you get to a certain point, you start realizing that you guys just need to get together and get with somebody that likes you and can work with you, and you can start from there. But people can't even do that. They're putting the cart before the horse. We're talking about marriage and submission and all this stuff. First of all, submission is for both parties. If you submit as a man and help her out and she don't want to help you, fuck her. Vice versa, if you submit as a woman and a man don't want to step up and do his part, then, fuck him. Submission is not hard. You're both required to give each other a part of yourself. You both have to come to the table, man. This is what I give to you, and the other, this is what I give to you. The problem is, I get it that the women are out of control and stuff, but dudes have to take control of that. I think Pan-Africanism Strikes Back said it on one of Rad's stream. You got to take control of that shit. Y'all got to stop liking some of these women's pictures. Y'all got to stop paying these women. And then when we have conversations, y'all got to stop ducking and dodging as if you guys aren't the ones doing it. There's some guys who are doing it that won't say shit about it because they still believe in, like, oh, I'm still red pill and I got all this game. You ain't got no damn game. This whole space was destroyed because dudes was angry and wanted some women in the space who agreed. They wanted them to agree with them so much that they didn't care if they were genuine about it. They didn't care if they had actual points that they could talk to women about that would help women who don't understand men, help them understand us better. This whole Pearl thing destroyed this space because instead of you taking control, you gave the control to somebody else. Now you got women running the space. Now you're mad at because Pearl, everybody attacks Pearl. So let's hold her up to a certain standard. Now we're going back into space and attacking women who are talking, who actually had points, who are actually helping us out. Now we're going back and attacking them instead of supporting them like we should have.
Yeah, I see.
Because all we had is somebody tickle our feelings and, oh my God, she's right. And I have to agree with some of the pro-blacks in the space. A lot of the dudes in the space were proving them right. Proving that age-old tale that all you got to do is dangle a white woman in front of us, and we take it. And I don't care how people feel about that. On that end of the spectrum, that is true. If you're dangling something in front and you just take it because of how she looked, she don't look like shit. But then you got women who say the same. Yeah.
MK, we disagree on that stuff. Like, if Pearl is, oh my God, I am so sorry. I'm not trying to diminish her as a woman. I know she has, she probably is in the path of getting
that
someone.
overbite looks.
Look,
Jesus.
She is one of the most ungroomed YouTubers I've seen in my life. Like, I've never
Hair
seen
probably smell like a wet dog.
That's racist.
That's not racist.
That's so racist, man. Like, look, let me tell you something. I've never seen Pearl with clean hair. I'm just going to put it out there, okay? That woman does not even know how to groom herself, and she's trying to tell wives how we should behave and that we should not vote and that we... Come on. Like, bitch, please. You wash your hair. I mean, she can send me her address and I will Amazon her some shampoo. Please, somebody talk to her about freaking, dry shampoo at least, and just use it one day. You cannot do dry shampoo more than one day.
Look, Daniel Valencia I'll assume he's right.
Look, he said, just wave some box in front of them. And that's my last question before I open the panel. Because I remember that stream when you got extremely irritated. That was
no offense to you guys. Shout out to that stream.
That was with
Introvert
Boricua. Go follow Introvert Boricua. He has some streams that are so controversial. One of the most controversial shows that he had was If There Was Power in the Box. Look, guys, MK, is there power in the box?
Yes.
Have you succumbed to the power of the box more than once in your life?
No comment.
Look, guys, if you think that we're wrong, if you want to share your thoughts, if you want to say why men always win, make sure to come up. Okay, just come up. We'll talk about it.
Hey, don't come up with that stupid shit either. Be reasonable.
Be realistic. There is power in the box, and before guys are like, oh my God, there's no power in the box, I'm an alpha male, I get to do whatever I want. Let me tell you something. I've
yet to hear somebody do that on the stream.
if Henry VIII, one of the most powerful kings of England, was able to desecrate his whole country, divorce it from the Catholic Church, just to marry new box, and then he decapitated that box to get another box because he succumbed to the power of box. You're not better than Henry VIII. You're not more alpha than him. There's power in the box. But I'm gonna welcome our YouTube father. Okay,
Yeah,
what's
she
up?
didn't even get permission.
Oh, that's
No,
true.
it's too late. He up here now.
We invited you to our
I
own.
wanted to
Jose.
get some water. Damn,
Then,
I'll
then
get it
go
now.
get water. I'll keep the fort here for a minute. Jose, what's up? How are you? How's everything over there at Parkchester?
I'm not in Parkchester. I'm in the Philadelphia area visiting.
Oh, look at you. Look at you, guys. Like I said, if you want to come up to argue why women will always win or you think women are never going to win, you're welcome to come up. Jose, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with the concept of why women will always win? Hello?
You know what? First of all, I mean, let me put it this way. You're more of a Christian than she is, number one. But as far as the topic, it seems no, I'm sorry. As a person that's been born again for almost 35 years, I mean, the whole idea of doing Christian porn, that's an oxymoron.
Would you subscribe to Christian
She's
porn?
a Christian, like I'm skinny with a.
Would you subscribe to her well, she's a Christian,
Never.
Jose. You won't be committing a sin. You'll still go to heaven. I'm joking. I'm joking.
She's as
I'm
much
joking.
as a Christian. She's as much as a Christian as I'm skinny with a head for a hair.
Oh my goodness. Oh my, Jose's pissed off. So Jose, do you agree that it's men that actually allow women to win? Hello?
I think to a certain extent, yes. And I'm a man. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, can you? Okay. It's just
Yeah, I
that
can hear you.
I'm staying at this hotel and the Wi-Fi. It's just that I'm staying in this hotel, and as bad as the Parkchester Wi-Fi is, this Wi-Fi is even worse.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, I mean, but actually, the reason why women look, as long as men allow these women to get away with all the the thottery and all this shenanigans, yeah, women.
Yeah, women would, and look, I love what Roy Ches points out here. We talk about the simp. We kind of like disintegrated the whole simp thing. I don't believe it's simps that are letting women win, right? Because by definition, a simp doesn't have a problem getting women. Okay, simps have no issues getting women because they give women everything that women ask for. Simps are surrounded by women. They might not necessarily get the kitty, but they get kitty adjacent at least. So I think it's more like the Red Pill Rangers. And by Red Pill Rangers, I don't mean the ones that are teaching game. I mean the ones that are like upset out here demanding perfection from women that they will never have access to, because they never want to accept any type of responsibility. Like one thing I found super cringy. Oh, I see that Ramon is here to defend that men are not succumbing to the box. No, I'm joking. But seriously,
Hell no.
one thing I would say is that, in all honesty, I cringe a little bit with the whole simp argument because I think that simps are being misrepresented. I don't think simps are good for the community, but I also don't think that Sims are at fault here. I think are the guys that are not getting any kitty are upset. Okay, they are very, very mad, and those are the ones that have no other choice but to use the hand and go online to get the woman that they can get. And those are the ones that pay for the OnlyFans subscriptions. Those are the ones that follow these Instagram models, these thoughts. Those are the ones. Sims are surrounded by women, whether it is to give them with stuff and shower them with stuff. Sims are surrounded by women. So, Ramon, what are your thoughts? Why women will always win? Do you think it's because men are allowing them to win? What do you think?
Yes, it will be because unfortunately, we're dealing in a society where there is always gonna be some guy who's gonna go the extra mile to do the overly chivalrous thing for women that are not worth it, for women that are not earning it. I mean, men have to get some pride. A lot of these guys do have to get some self pride and some self respect. And you say that Sims are surrounded by women, they're surrounded by a bunch of users. That's what they're
Of course.
surrounded by. I mean,
I didn't say why.
they
I
don't
said
get any
women.
respect. Mhm.
I didn't say they were surrounded by wives. They're surrounded by women, so they don't have the need necessarily to follow someone like Suki Hana or the Christian porn star. They can simply just get your normal woman to be around them because they will shower them with things that women want. So women don't run away from Sims.
No, and I remember back when I started seriously dating. There was this woman that I was seeing, and we were in in a relationship, but it was like 90% of the way. We were not completely exclusive. So she was somebody who was free to go out with her friends and hang out and things like that. And she will tell me the stories about her going to kind of like a bar, but I'm talking about back in Puerto Rico. I mean, and she will go to like a bar, hanging out with her girls, or a chinchorro type of place, and there would always be a sucker who will be there to pay for all the drinks. I mean, and maybe he will get a thank you in return, but for some reason there was that overly extra chivalry thing. I mean, she will tell me the stories about how they will never have to pay for their own drinks because there was always a sucker who will buy their drinks for them.
But is it a soccer? Is it a soccer to be? Because I'm not gonna name names, right? But I've been catered to by men when I was a single woman, even by my own hubby.
Who?
Yeah, like old woman.
No, but your own hobby.
If
You're supposed to be catered by your own hobby.
if you're a beautiful woman, at some point, if you dated someone, you know that you're gonna get free drinks. Even if you're a beautiful woman going to a nightclub or a bar, you're going to get drinks. I don't know why guys are so pressed about that.
I just don't let myself be used because I have seen it. What you're describing, I have seen it, and I have been told stories about it. I just can't be one of those guys that allow themselves to be used by women that they don't know. I just wouldn't do it. I never did it. I never let myself be used, be played.
But that's not being used. Like I've been even at
You're trying
business
to convince
meetings.
me.
Look,
You're trying to convince me that I
no. I'm gonna explain something to you. In the early 2010s, I went to a business meeting with someone that had millions of dollars. We were sitting down on this business meeting. We were talking shop, and after that, we were like, "Oh, let me buy you girls a drink." And it was me and other women that we were brokering this deal. And that was not him being a simp. He had his wife. He didn't have the need to buy us anything, but he was not pressed about buying drinks. I think it relates to how broke you are.
But do you?
that was part of a business proceeding. That had nothing to.
No, that was
personal.
after we talked shop. That was after he's like, "You guys can leave or stay. I'll buy you drinks." And that's what I'm saying. Like,
but that was kind of like part of the proceedings. It had anything. It didn't have anything personal to do with it.
But I think I don't know. lately I've been seeing. I think guys need to this whole like I don't want to do certain things. It needs to be realistic to us. I don't want to take her out to dinner. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that, dude. If you don't, then I don't know what you're not gonna find nobody refusing to do anything. You ain't gotta simp out and pay for her dinner. But at least
Yeah.
if you know
Set
you're gonna
boundaries.
have to
Set
you're gonna have to
boundaries.
find somebody to do it
Yeah.
because there's too many dudes in the space. Not only that, because the women are winning because they're showing that guys are idiots. This
But there
whole
are too
thing.
many women. There are too many women that use guys for the foodie calls because they are pretty, but they are broke bitches that don't have food at
my
home, so they have to use guys
Yeah,
to take them out to eat, to put something in their belly.
I say
There is a lot of
thing-
that going on too.
so
my
one thing I've
God.
seen is that women from let's say age 15 to 30 are gonna win. If you are above average, you are gonna win. And the best way I could describe it is there's a book by Steve Martin, the comedian. It's called Born Standing Up, right? He talks about being famous is you don't even realize how great it is to be famous until you are, and then everybody treats you how you imagine human beings should be treated. You know, people smile at you, they laugh at everything you say, doors open, and then when it starts to fade, you don't realize that it's over until 5 years later, and everything was already declining in that place where you thought everything was going to last forever. And that's the problem, is that when women are winning, they are winning. But when they're not, they don't see it closing, and it changes. And by that point, you should figure out a graceful way to exit. Because it's not like they won't win on the second half, but they actually have to work on the second half. Whereas before, it's being a woman from like 15 to 30 is like being a B-level celebrity.
But let me ask you something, guys. Do you guys think that a beautiful, like if you're a woman, I would say 5 and above, right? You're not gonna do lines at the nightclub. You're gonna get free drinks. You're gonna get free food.
Yeah.
You're gonna get the door. I've never had to touch doors and stuff. This is just the way it is. I'm sorry. I was born with good looks. It's
I'm
the
just getting
same
back
thing
from it.
when
I'm getting back from a trip from New York, right? And I was with
yeah.
people who were rich, like they're market movers, right? All of them had beautiful women. The women were very classy, apex predator types, you know, like think long, flat back, blonde hair, dark hair, you know, all ethnicities, but very good looking, very classy.
The
but not
J Lo type, the Kim K type.
no, not that. No, like good looking, like classic good looking.
Okay.
Not classic,
Not trashy. Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
They are well taken care of. They know how to operate. There's a difference between just being good looking and then being good looking, knowing how to move in a room. The benefit of being a good looking woman who knows how to move in a room is that you can open a lot of doors through like a kind of a shadow network that women talk to each other in a way that men don't. And they can open up doors that men quite can't. But when the women do open the doors, the men can operate a lot better because the women can facilitate things a lot easier. And women who kind of understand that are invaluable. But if you're just a pretty face, once that pretty face goes, the rest of your value
Yeah,
goes.
yeah.
But I think the problem is we
And I
got
say
a lot
like
of
free drinks are everywhere, but free drinks is just like sugar water going to a hummingbird.
yeah,
It's nice,
like for
but it's
example,
like it's not all that. Yeah,
like
it's not all
I
attractive
say
to
it
me.
I say it like this. For example, I see that a lot of people, like a lot of guys, and I'm not throwing shots, Ramon, I swear. But a lot of guys complain about like this. Oh, like women are getting freebies and stuff. Look, beauty costs. Period. You want a beautiful woman's time, you're gonna have to pay. I'm sorry, it's not fair. I got it, but life is not fair. So I think that one thing that meant right off the bat, you gotta understand, you can be ugly as hell. You can be the fattest, the most bald man on earth with the smallest sexual piece down there. But if you have money,
It helps.
women that are beautiful are going to gravitate towards you. That's your beauty. Right?
Say it with me again. She said, "If you have money."
And I'm telling you, if you have a beautiful woman on your arms, it opens doors. I have a handful of friends who are like 7, 8, like legit head turning women, right? And we'll go out for drinks, dinner, and oftentimes it'll be my treat. Sometimes it'll be theirs. We have good professional backgrounds, and me being there with them, heads turn when I go in with them. People want to get to know me because I know them. Like an attractive woman is kind of like a magnet. They just bring things and people together and people to you. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's like, for example, like, so when you come from that, like, you gotta understand that
Jose, you got like Darth Vader in the background.
yeah, Jose, everybody mute yourselves when you're not talking so that we don't get like feedback. But one thing I would say is that those are a realm of people that, of course, if you're not at a certain financial level, do not mess with beautiful women, because beautiful women are entitled by nature, and they're entitled because they have been groomed by their own beauty to demand being taken care of in every way you can possibly imagine. So that means paying for drinks, paying for food, paying for the rent, paying for the car, paying for their time. Okay. So that means that if you're being used, and I want to say this to the guys, please don't hate me for this. It might be abrasive, but one thing I would say, if you're being used and you're not getting any kitty, you're not getting anything from a woman, and you think she's pretty, that means you're out of your pond. That means that you are catering to women that will never see you on their level because they're more beautiful than your wallet is. That's why you're being used. That means that you have to go back to your pond, because those women will think that you are superior or you're at least on their level, and they will never use you. Now I'm gonna let Brotep go, because I know he's been here. I love the new
She was
set.
talking up a storm. Go ahead, bro. Tip.
How's my microphone? Can you
Go
guys
ahead.
hear
It's
me?
good. It's good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I like everything that's being said here. It's a very good conversation. And as far as the women winning, there's a big difference between getting what you want and winning, right? So I think that women will always get what they want because women want what they want and men want women, right?
Yeah.
So if it's the sensitive type that they ask for, right? Many of the feminists, they say, "Oh, I want a man to emote and open up and let us know how you're feeling," right? They don't really want that, but they say they want it. Therefore, you have all the male feminists come out,
Yeah.
where they yell at you and they never let their female counterparts answer an important question or any questions at all, right? They white knight for them, and they do the soft teddy bear thing. And if it's the rugged man they want, yeah, they'll get that too. Women will always get what they want, but does that mean they win? Because the women who are opening up the what do you call it, OnlyFans and the Twitch channels where
Yeah.
exploit themselves and stuff like that, a lot of them are getting what they've been told that they want, and therefore they want it, right? But are they winning? Because you have these women who are hitting their 30s, their 40s. Some of them are even pushing 50s, but that melanin do what it do, and they look young, right? And they're not married. Nobody wifed that up. Nobody even thought about putting a ring on it. And they're getting money, but some of them maybe even childless. And those of them who have children, they're single mothers, right? People like the Six the Goddesses, right? And no shade towards her. I'm just giving an example, right? Are they really winning? They got what they want, but there's a big
I
difference
think they
between getting what you
are. I
want.
think they
Uh-huh.
are,
Yeah. You
because
think they are?
look, yeah, because look at this. I could be wrong, right? And again, you
Mhm.
guys are
Right.
open to correct me at any point. Um, I think they're winning because when women you marry because you want a certain security. And all of those things that a man provides can be purchased today. For example, a man provides that you get to be a mother because the man gives you his seed and you turn into a baby. But that can be purchased today. A man also provides security because I don't fear going down the street when I'm with my husband because I know that he will never let anything harm me. But that also can be purchased today if you make enough money. And let's say a man provides provision, but that also can be purchased today if you make enough money. So at the end of the day, men are doing the heavy lifting at these hard jobs out there. and they are funneling their hard-earned money into women that are just prostitutes or that do behavior that they probably would not wife up, but they are not necessarily suffering because they get to be, they don't have to cater to you or cook for you or do anything for you or even touch you or let them touch them to get from you what they want, which is provision and security. So at the end of the day, this type of woman, I'm not talking about all women, right? But this type of women are actually winning because everything that a man provides can be purchased. Men have built up the world so much that they made themselves obsolete to a degree. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I don't 100% agree. I
That-
get what
that-
you're saying though, but I think a lot of it comes to proximity. Like you get the type of what's her Crimson Current. She always says that the protection, provision, problem solving, procreation. You get the level of that in the proximity of the men that can provide that. So if it's and a lot of women can't buy it, they trade for it, and sometimes they'll grift for it or steal it, but they don't really buy it. I know very few women that are really in that position where they can buy, protection, buy provision, buy, procreation, and then buy problem solving. Like,
No,
you got to
that's-
really
that's
have
not-
a
that's not-
network to have all those
That's
things.
not entirely what
really
she
move.
said, though.
No,
But do you-
That's not
it's
entirely,
not. But
that's
I'm
not
trying to.
entirely what she said.
But do you
It's
think,
true,
for
but I'm trying to
example,
elaborate out on that.
do you think, for example, that somebody like Suki Hana that has 2 million people following her and consuming her content, do you think that she needs something like, do you really think that she cannot provide all those things for herself?
That's an exception. That's a person who's in the outlier realm. I'm talking about most women will earn $30,000 to $55,000 a year throughout the country.
No, but I'm talking about those
Right.
types. We're talking about the types that, like, for example, the Melanie King, the Christian porn star, the women that are out here doing these things and this thottery, like the women in OnlyFans, like women would not be on OnlyFans selling themselves if they're getting $20 a month. They're getting enough money to get by. At least, at the very least. At the very least.
If you're looking at OnlyFans, the average I think is about $300 a month. Like they're outliers again, and just like within the regular realm of people, I know a handful of women who are like partner attorneys, late 30s, who are doing well and who have decided they're going to commit to having their child on their own, buying sperm and all that. But I've also seen the bad end when women lose, and that is not pretty. So it varies, but I get the thrust of what you're saying is right. I think there's a cutoff, and women have to negotiate with themselves.
I don't know. I think I don't know. I think we probably should have named, because I think men are losing, and I think we're losing because like I think both are, because at the end of the day, like both parties are arguing about shit like don't matter. It's like I've said on plenty of streams, we're arguing about topics that we haven't even crossed the threshold of liking each other, of even dating, before we can get to submission and marriage. And I think both are losing, because at the end of the day, it's not important if you're right now, if you have all that stuff right now. It's important if you can get along. And men, I need men to start like at the base level. You gotta just find someone that works with you and rock with you. You gotta stop asking for all this stuff right now. You gotta make it simple, because we're doing all these theoretical conversations, and that's giving me a headache, because we've been on it for like God knows how long. And it's like dudes are not learning how to just what if she gets from this? What about this and what about that? First of all, get you a woman that you like and that will rock with you. Then we can worry about the rest. If we can't get to that point, then a lot of these conversations, it's to the point where I hate listening to streams now if they're about that. Because dude, you gotta simplify it, because they're and then they circulate it through the same three things. And it's like by year 5, by year 1, you're like, damn, that's all you can talk about? What about the community? What about what we're gonna do about building families and what's next? We never get to those important part, because everybody is so obsessed with fuckery around dating, and that's because they purposely, I think both men and women are purposely making it harder than what it has to be.
Yeah, but Mel,
I'd agree with that.
hold on though, Mel. Just Pearly Things was talking about that stuff, and you said you ain't really rocking with her like that,
I
right?
don't, because to
She
me
got
she
around
paired.
to it.
No,
Go ahead.
here's why I don't like Pearl. Because when
Yeah,
it's
go ahead.
pushed back on her, she never has an answer for what to put. Oh, I don't know. I just heard what they said. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
bitch, you better have an answer. Like, I'm asking you a
No.
simple ass question. And
Okay, look,
if it's
you guys
repeated rhetoric,
expect
I don't want to hear it.
you guys expect too much from certain kinds of people, man. And I'm not trying to be racist, but most of her type, right?
I'm not trying to be racist, but I'm gonna say some racist stuff. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Most of her type, and it comes rare. And you know what? No shade towards it, because that's what built the civilizations that we know now, right?
Mhm.
Compiling most of their type, this side of the hand, right? They build upon what others have built. They don't create new stuff. That so down to the man or the woman, Pearly Things built on what everyone else has built. She's not. You're looking for her to bring something new to the table. She's always, especially when pressed against the wall, she's always going to tell you, well, it's because I heard it from Kevin Samuels. It's because I heard it from Roland Tomasi. It's because I heard it from this person and that person, right? But
I think that's
Mhm.
why I get confused on why she got as big as she is. She's only parroting things. And to
Yup.
me,
Nah,
like,
that's
and
not
to
why.
me, parroting things don't.
I'll
I
give you
don't.
I'll tell
She's
you
a
why
little
she got big.
parakeet.
She
Yeah.
took a
Well, she's a
gamble. She
big
took a
parakeet. She's like
gamble.
6 feet tall.
No,
She's
no,
like
she took a
6'1" or
gamble
something like
on triangulating the man sphere space, right? She
Mhm.
moved to a
Yeah.
different country with an undergirding of being on that volleyball team. It's a great way to have an income. She took a risk by getting those players on her team on her podcast while she was building it up. She was literally building it
Right.
as she flew, right? And she also was a girl doing those things that Kevin Samuels
Yo,
and Rolo and all of them did.
respect.
And she did.
Look,
She
I'm
got
Team
free labor
Pearly.
from all these people, right? And she was clicking around and fucking up on the first few or couple dozen episodes, but she got eyes. And then she
Yup.
turned her profit back in to rebuilding up the show. And she kept doing that and kept doing that. And she built up an audience. And she doesn't have the audience that she has like a quarter of like, let's say, the Fresh and Fit type of audience, and a quarter of like the Black Manosphere, and like a quarter of the what do you call it, the White Manosphere, right? But she
Yes,
has an
sir.
international audience because she's in London,
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
right?
If
And it's
I may
English
add,
speaking, and she has a
unless
lot of
you
Nigerians and
you
British
still going
and
on.
Caribbeans who watch. Like if you look at all the YouTube way how it works, like her audience is probably like 50% non-American, and then the American people, when they do like call-in stuff, it's all like Midwest white people that look like her, who see themselves in her. So she has like
Yeah.
a very interesting way that she triangulated it and created her own space. I think it's impressive.
Yeah,
Look,
I kudos to her for. Go
I am
ahead,
Team
Brother.
Pearly.
You're Tim Pearly. I'm
Yeah,
Yeah,
Team
she took a gamble.
Pearly. I'm
I'm
Team
Team
Pearly.
Pearly. Listen,
Look, I'm
here's
Team. Go
yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, look, let me add to what brother the Simpson guy, Simpson cartoon dude just said.
Jules.
Yeah, Jules.
Yeah, look, Pearl made a lot out of very little. All right. Now we also have to realize that her rich father subsidized a lot of this shit, but she made a lot of this work, and it's really a marvel to really behold. Because here's the thing: when you look at a lot of the other YouTubers, the other female YouTubers, black female YouTubers, it's basically a set, and it's worship me, right? They went and got their hair did, they got the nice dress or whatever, and they focus all the money and energy on them, right? So that, the simp influx, charging over the hill like Braveheart, charge in there, and they bless that super chat. Here's the thing: Pearly Things, if you look at her format, not only did she learn from Fresh and Fit, Aber and Preach, Kevin Samuels, all these people, she not only learned from all those people. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
All right. Yeah.
Hey.
Not only did she learn from all those people, but she also took their formats. Notice she has like 3-4 different formats. I work at the art table all day, and I have the YouTube on the laptop behind me, and YouTube is pushing me like 10, 20 videos dropping from Pearl like every day. I'm like, how is she pumping out like 10, 20 videos? Right?
She got
And
good.
and
She bought
those
an
are
editing team.
those are yeah, but here's the thing, those are medium form videos, not even counting all the shorts. So when you count all the shorts, I'm sitting there and I'm hearing Pearly. I'm hearing her voice all day. And I gotta
But
tell you,
she's
like, yo,
chopping
this,
up. She chops off a lot of
yeah,
from
look,
the long live streams. She chops up into many
yeah,
clips, so she releases a lot of them through the
which
day.
is smart, and
Mhm.
I'm copying that. If you go on my channel, I have shorts now, or at least I have one short, and I'm chopping up all my content
I'm gonna
now.
chop off all your comments into little short.
Hey, do it. You part of the team. I ain't gonna start your channel. And
No,
here's
I
the
don't.
thing.
I
Here's
don't.
the
I
thing.
don't want to be part of the manosphere.
Yeah,
No,
you have your own thing.
I don't.
It's good.
I don't do manosphere stuff. But I cover pop culture stuff and things happening in current
I'm not
events.
gonna lie.
And this Pearly thing. Oh, I'm sorry, guy.
No, go ahead. Finish.
Yeah, this Pearly thing nearly made it to like mainstream. It was a big flare up. A whole legion of dudes being led by this 20-year-old. We're talking 40, 50-year-old dudes. A legion of them being led by a 20-year-old girl, whatever her age is, 21, 23, or whatever. That is crazy. That is crazy. But the good thing you have to learn why I'm Team Pearly is that she is the chink in the armor. You have to learn. She exposed everything. She exposed where you were weak. She exposed who were not your friends. She exposed who were not your allies. She exposed who were exploiting you. People like
I agree with that.
the Danica, what's her face? And I know some of you guys may like those women, but
Yeah.
the goddess, Danica, and all these people, even the Shay Sade, look, those are worship channels.
Well.
Look,
Shay
I know you guys
Sade-
may like them. Hold on.
I love Shay
Let me-
Sade. Come on.
Same. She's a journalist more than anything.
Che is
Yeah,
cool.
but
Che is
look,
cool.
I'll say
here's the
this:
thing.
Faulkner, the writer William Faulkner said that good artists copy, geniuses steal
Great artists
outright.
steal. Yeah.
Geniuses steal outright. And you look at this: the McDonald's brothers, they made a damn fine hamburger. Ray Kroc took that thing to the fucking moon.
Bro, what do you say to what Mamoon just said?
Bro Top Show wants to. No, Blood Moon.
But
if that ain't the most basic,
Leave this
Yeah,
porcelain
that-
princess
that's-
alone.
Hold
No,
on,
no,
hold on.
but
Let me hold on.
Oh,
man,
brother,
hold on, man.
you're kind of wearing the cape kind of hard for her.
It's your
No,
caping, bro. You're
you
caping
guys
too
ain't
much.
listening. You guys ain't listening. I'm Team Pearly in the sense that she exposed all our weaknesses.
Excuse me.
Right? Yeah. Good.
MK is gonna go and then we'll let Jose chime in. Go ahead, MK. You want to say
I mean,
something?
I agree with you, bro. Up. I think
Like,
I personally,
saying,
yeah,
Mm,
I personally don't like the chick, but I agree that
Mhm.
it exposed a lot of people in the space. I think with the men in this space, it exposed them too, because
Mhm.
yet again we're talking rhetoric about all that they're contradicting themselves. All this woman is the same thing they preach about. So to me, it's like, and then the whole, like I said, we're circling around the same topic. So to me, it's kind of, I've gotten to a point where the black manosphere to me doesn't grow. If anything, this show, like, I'm more of my expose more of my frustration towards it, because here we are again contradicting ourselves, and here we are again caping for people who are exactly the same way that we say we don't want, the same women that we don't want. I don't think the sphere is worth saving. I think it needs to be broken down or reconfigured, because there's a lot more other topics that men could talk about that would benefit them than to keep talking about women all day.
But let me ask you
Yeah.
something. Let me
That's what
ask
the
y'all
fuck I'm-
something. Let me ask y'all something.
Yep.
I want to give this whole Pearly thing another angle, right? Because I've analyzed her a little bit.
It's not about Pearl though.
No, I
It's
know.
about
Pearl.
I know it's not about Pearly, right? But let's analyze Pearly. I'm a Pearly sub, okay? I like her channel. I'm sorry. Guilty.
No, I saw
Anyway, yeah, her production great is really good. I like it. Now, one thing I would say is in all honesty, I think she's aiming for politics because I think that's where
Mhm.
the concept of, red pill concepts are heading that way.
Yeah.
Now, I could be wrong, but I think that's where they're heading.
I mean,
They're
now
heading,
FBI already kind of
I think they're heading that
labeled
way.
red pill
Regardless,
as a buzzword.
it's
so-
it's basically like feminist. The feminists headed the political way. The red pill is gonna get there. So she wants to be part of. She wants a cut of the pie, even if it's just crumbs. She probably wants to be in office at the end of the day. Now, one thing I would
She getting
say,
there. She getting
Yeah.
there fast too.
yeah.
Getting
So
there
one
fast, too.
thing. So one thing I would say is, like, if I'm Pearly and I have not washed my hair since 1991 and I don't know how to dress, I don't know how to cook, I can't attract the men that I want because the only confirmed relationship we have from her was a fat
Some
homeless
influencer. Yep.
Yeah, it was
and
like
he was
a fat.
homeless.
He was homeless and he was somebody else's baby mama. Okay, so like that's all she could attract. I
Mhm.
think that maybe it's a move on her, right? That she probably is trying to market herself to a bigger pool by embracing these talks, because we know that women that think that way, the women that are getting off of the masculine train are in short supply. At least the ones you can work with that have not damaged themselves, like Black China. Black China can get baptized 17 times. She's not getting off of the masculine train. She's
She
right
ain't
there. She's
delivering.
branded. She's branded. So the
Branded.
women that are salvageable, that were on the masculine train, are in short supply. And I think she's probably marketing herself to get a better husband. You guys don't think
Yep,
that could be an
I
angle?
agree wholeheartedly. Because
Well,
she
not
I'll
only-
say this. I'll say this. She has had several opportunities where in the male led sector of the manosphere, there was one episode where this very round woman was talking about how she was dreaming about getting a 10 out of 10 guy, 6'6", all that shit. And she was probably 5'4", 300 plus pounds. And she was talking about how she had lost 9 pounds. And if this had been like a Kevin Samuels show, that Elephant March song would have been playing. And she said, you know what? I think that's, and she looked at her and she like sucked it up and she said, I think that's great. You should continue doing what you're doing. And the girl looks so happy and so proud of herself. I guarantee if she had that girl back on, she would have lost another 10, 20 pounds. Like, I think she's trying to demonstrate that. Like, she's literally building a ship as she flies it, as far as her show, and learning how to not be a tomboy as she's on this show. And you could see she brushes her hair now. It doesn't look as bad. She's dropped, 20 pounds or so since she, got on. She's doing
We talking
okay.
about Pearl?
She's addressed her color palette.
You
She's
know
not
why
wearing,
she
like,
did all that?
She wants a
Listen, man,
dude who's at least a 92.
That's not why she did all that, bruh.
Octane
That came out of getting roasted.
Like, she wants a
got
serious.
cooked.
I'll tell you this.
Bro, look, she got cooked by them. You know how black women do, bro. The black women cooked her ass.
But look, she's a Midwest white girl
Six,
who
the
comes from a
goddess had
millionaire
like
family.
three shows. I'm sorry. What?
She didn't really care about that. From what I can tell, she didn't
No,
care.
she
The
didn't
more
say
you're
she
talking
didn't care.
about her, the more you're talking about her, the bigger her name gets.
Yo,
Just like
hold
Kevin
on.
Samuels.
Yeah,
the more they were
that's
talking
exactly
about him,
why.
the bigger his name got. I know people from all over. I'll put it this way: I have a big family, a lot of baby boomer aunts, uncles, everything. They all know who Kevin Samuels is, and especially the women. And the women all have a feeling about her. The more you talk about Pearl, the more those type of women they're gonna know about her. And then when she's gonna find I'm gonna say she's gonna find an IT guy who looks decent, makes good money, and she's gonna be like,
Yeah.
you know what? I got my guys under me. They'll run.
Or she'll marry a politician.
Yeah, something like that. I'm gonna let Jose real quick because I know he's been waiting forever. Jose, go ahead, and then I think MK wants to take control over the stream. So go ahead.
Okay, first
Jose.
of all, can you hear me? Because my Wi-Fi is on.
Yeah, we can. We
We
can.
can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
get it in
Can anyone hear
before
me?
you get disconnected.
Okay.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, now we
they
can
got
hear
him. They got him.
Now we can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you,
Hello?
Jose. Go ahead.
First of all, when it comes
Oh no.
Shit,
okay,
they-
first of all, when it
He
comes to
jinxed
Pearly,
himself.
I think
Jose, you gotta keep talking
Okay.
because if you cut off, it's not. It's
Okay,
not. We can hear you. Keep talking.
okay, but the problem is if someone cuts him, I'm gonna stop.
No,
Okay.
continue because you're
Now, as I
delayed.
was saying, I think. Okay. As I was saying before, I think when it came to all the stuff regarding the whole Pearly things said it just to get attention and to try to improve her image because basically everyone's been talking about her for forever. Now I disagree with the fact that she was not taught how to dress and how to do her hair because that's basically something that almost every little girl to do when they're little. Now, if she decided to dress bummy, that's that's on her part, okay. But I mean, think about it. We've been talking about Pearly things nonstop ever since she made those remarks.
Well, that's why I say it's not about her. It was more about like how the men in the space acted. Like to me, that I'm like, you can't go on streams talking about, they're masculine and they're single and they can't tell me nothing. But yet and still, it's I don't know, it's a lot of hypocrisy in these streams, man. I'm tired of listening to 40, 50-year-old, 60-year-old dudes still in the game talking about, these women. Get you a woman and shut the hell up. Get you somebody who can work with you and start moving forward. It's too many people in this space trying to like be a philosopher and trying to talk. It's like at the end of the male content, like it's time for us to move past women and talk about what we're gonna build.
Hold on. Go ahead, Jose.
Go ahead.
NK, you know what's the problem? Would you like to say it or should I say it?
Go ahead.
It makes too much sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think to be honest with you, I think that
and it's a shame about people in my generation.
I think the example with Pearly is going to continue to be milked because women are livid that this girl had the audacity to market herself this way to men. Period. Let's just keep it real. Who made Kevin Samuels bigger than life? Woman. Because Kevin Samuels was not new to the space. He had been in YouTube for years.
You want to know what's ironic?
Years.
What?
Men made a woman big, and they're supposed to make themselves bigger in this space.
And you know what? It's crazy because also men made her big by telling women this is how you're supposed to market yourself. So that part, I disagree with Pearly in a lot of things. But one thing I do agree, that's why I'm Team Pearly, like brought up here. But the reason why I'm Team Pearly is because that woman is marketing herself to a prostitute.
But it's not about. That's the thing that I hate about this conversation. People like wrap it around Pearl. I don't give a shit about Pearl. I think it's the failure of the manosphere to maintain its values and its views about women and the women in the space. They're up in here telling women who are for them, like Crimson Cure. I like Crimson Cure, but you're telling her that she got to get her shit up because some stupid lazy bitch is bringing people on the panel. Like I said, I'm not hating on her game, but I don't like that all of a sudden the rhetoric is like people then up their camera quality, up their space so it can look presentable. And now you're saying that in order for them to be taken seriously or valid, I gotta bring people up. I'm tired of seeing panels of people. MK. No offense to this panel.
Oh my God.
But I'm tired of seeing I'm more tired of seeing people arguing about the same topics about, well, let's submit. What do you think about submitting? I don't know. I don't want to submit. Well, if you don't want to submit, then you bet you got to get out the house. Well, I don't know. Like it's a whole bunch of like that.
Okay, you're talking about Fresh and Fit. that was the whole.
It's the whole thing. I'm like, if you guys don't want to get married, what's the point of having these panels and these conversations?
It's kind of
so
like,
that's go ahead.
I think Fresh and Fit, if they're juxtaposed, against Pearly. Like if you are to evaluate it from this point, like for example, Pearly is kind of like portraying to be like this extreme ultra conservative chick now that's gonna live by those standards, but in reality she doesn't. Everybody mute yourselves because I hear some feedback. I think it's Jose, but I don't want to, maybe somebody else, but everybody mute yourselves. So one thing I would say is I think Pearly is being a hypocrite when it comes to like her content, because of course she's already 27, I think, and she's not getting with a man fast enough. Like already you're very close to, you're in the danger zone according to the rhetoric that she's selling. I think she's marketing herself. That's what I want to think. So let's give her a few years. But if you juxtapose that against Fresh and Fit, Fresh and Fit are selling young males and getting rich off of selling young males the idea that they can be bachelors for life, that no woman out here is worth anything, that women deserve less. They literally have said that women basically deserve less. Now, my thing is, for the young men that love Fresh and Fit, this is the difference between Fresh and Fit and Andrew Tate. I love Andrew Tate's content. I despise Fresh and Fit. Okay. And the reason why I despise it is because if you're so alpha like you claim you are, why you're not messing with women that are at the top? Where's your Kelly Rowland? Why you were not the ones that got Rihanna pregnant? Like, why are you not with Shakira? Why are you not with Kendall Jenner? Why are you not the one, like, again, why are you not with Gigi Hadid? Why were you not the ones that were marrying these people that are supposed to be the top tier women out here? They're so beautiful that
they
they're
talentless,
millionaires of
goofy
beauty.
niggas. Because they talented, goofy niggas.
You get my point? Like they're just preaching bullshit to people just to profit off of their emotions. It's not real.
I understand exactly where you're coming from, but I disagree with you on this one.
Right,
I think they did create a revenue generating machine. Like if you guesstimate what they make, I'd say it's probably $500,000 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what they're also giving guys is they're showing them example after example after example, much like Kevin did, but in a different way. That look, if you want to do this, this is your options. Right? It's did you ever see that movie Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise, where he's trying to get to the end and kill the master alien, and he goes a little inch farther, dies, goes 2 or 3 inches farther, dies, goes 4 or 5 inches farther, goes a little bit further and dies. He learns and gets better, and that's the thing that a lot of guys, especially the younger millennials and younger, they didn't get those reps to do that, where you had to go into a woman's face, talk to her, try and get her on your program, for lack of a better word, but giving you this insight that, look, this is a lot of what you're going to deal with. And if you're going to deal with it, you have to come in with the mindset that you are going to lose, or you could lose, and go from there. And I'll say another thing for MK. If he's only watching panels that he doesn't like, there's a much broader space. I hang out with the IT guys, and I wasn't there this morning because I'm just getting in from out of town. But a lot of times women are number 10 on that list. Most of the time we're talking about programs. We're talking about new IT services we can learn, building up skills. How do you get more money out of this sector? And then like, how do you get your skills up within this sector to make your job a lot easier? So like there's broader stuff. The talking about women thing, that's the salacious stuff. That's the red meat, right?
Well,
but the rest of it,
I will say this.
Money, though.
Yeah, I would say this to Jules. I will say this. I understand that's at first when I started watching them, I realized like, oh, hey, they're showing guys that women just want to be thoughts out here and whatever. But I mean, if you create content, you know exactly what's up. Okay. Oh, yeah. These are dudes that are in Miami. Miami is notorious. I don't know if you guys have ever been in Miami. I have. Miami, Miami basically is a place where every beautiful woman that's from anywhere from adjustable 6 all the way to 10, if she wants to make money out of her beauty, Miami is the place to go. Okay, we
But
know that. If
true.
you don't know that, then I don't know where you've been living on there. But
Very true.
one thing,
But there's
one
also a
thing,
lot of women who are
but
on
hold on,
OnlyFans,
but hold
and they
on,
got
hold
a
on.
they got a Lexus that's on E,
Yeah,
and they're
but
riding that thing while the fumes.
but hold on, hold on. This
Yeah,
is
just like
my
the
thing.
women that don't have food in the fridge and they have to go out for the foodie that I was mentioning earlier.
But hold
Because
on, but hold
they're
on.
pretty, but they don't have shit.
Hold on, guys. This is my issue with the whole fresh and fit and the rhetoric, right? Is the fact that first demographics. If you were in Montana and you were talking to women from Montana, they will not have so much traction because the women in Montana do not behave like the woman in Miami. So the first thing is location. Second of all, the fact that they have, I don't know, guys don't, and they have said it even on those podcasts with women, they don't have as much traffic in the mornings when they talk to guys about how to get money because guys do not want to watch that. Men do not want to better themselves, at least not the ones that are at the bottom. I'm not talking about old men, okay? So I know it again, it's coming off abrasive, but that's not the way I mean it. There's a bunch of guys that, yes, will have to deal with those women, but they have to look at the reality. And it goes back to what I was saying. You're out of pond because you have to understand if you are not a 7, 8, 9, and 10 in a man's pond, which is what you should compare yourself to. And by 10, I mean Jeff Bezos type. So if you say, oh, I'm at 10 because you made $100,000 this year, humble yourself.
Mhm.
Jeff Bezos exists. You're not a 10. Okay. You're not. You're a 7 at best. So with that being said, you're going to deal with certain people and certain women that are not prime or select women. You're going to have to deal with that. But there's also other women that you can have access to that are not like that. It's kind of like what Grey Wolf said last week. You might have to deal with certain Wookiees. I'm not saying that you have to. I'm just saying sometimes some men will have to deal with cooperative Wookiees. Why? Because those men make $30,000 a year. That's why. I'm sorry, but I didn't made it this way.
Yeah.
I did not made it this way.
I think
Here's the
I
thing,
think you're
right? So-
generally right, but I think most men need to have a target. They need to have a target and they need to have a plan to get to where they need to go. I tell people, your ideal goal is to be in the top 10% of men, right? Most people are not going to be there. I'm talking 90% of people are not going to be there. That's why it's the top 10%, right? What you should do, get to the median income of the area you're living in, and then try and double that, right? So if you're living in, rural Virginia, that could be 40,000. You can get to 60,000 if you figure out other ways, right? And you're 50% over the median, right? So you're making a lot more than what you're regulated around. So you can have different options about that point.
Yeah,
And
like it's like the woman that we're
Hold
saying.
on.
It's like the woman that we're saying that, hey, in LA I'm a 2, but in Boston I'm a 7. It's the same thing with the guys. Like there's a lot of guys that I hear trying to get a woman that are like at the top. You're not at the top. So of course, like that's where the fear and the scarcity mindset that Kevin used to talk about comes in.
Yeah.
That you feel that there's nothing left for you because you refuse to accept your reality and work with it. You get my point?
Yeah.
Like you have to work with what you have. And if what you have,
I'd agree with
like once again, it's like the creator of the thong. He wanted to create underwear. He did not have enough fabric, so he figured out a way to leave the butt cheeks out. You gotta make it work.
What the?
Yeah.
Everybody has butt cheeks, so he figured out I'm gonna protect what's most important.
Yeah, because
Guys,
I
look, this brings up what I disagreed with. I used to be an avid watcher of Kevin Samuel's content, but I always disagreed with him. Whenever he started chopping up these numbers, like when women would call in, and they'd be like, "Oh, I want so and so kind of man," right? And then he'd be like, "Okay, so you want how many children?" He starts doing this math and stuff like that. But he didn't account for the very fluid world we live in. A lot of people have many children and they're making it by, right? So like all the math the hard set math that he was he was kind of hashing out for these women. For me, it didn't look. I think if those women want that top 10% man, I don't know why they'd want that, but if they want that, I think they should try to go get that, because the human
They
element.
shouldn't. They shouldn't.
No, hold on. The human element is not accounted for, right? What the French call je ne sais quoi, right? So you're only going to look at a woman by the hard set numbers she brings to a table. How about you just like her, right?
No,
It's
bro.
kind of weird.
Bro, it doesn't
Kind
work
of weird
like
to
that.
me.
Bro.
But hold on. It's kind of weird, right? The people who, or the men in particular, who are like, I want a Kelly Rowland, I want this and that. Why would you want a Kelly Rowland? How about the girl
She's
you
good
like?
looking. She's good looking. That's why. That's why.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm
Roland
saying.
better.
But they want the popular. That's why people like Melanie King and all those people are getting so much traction.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. The big thing is that like a lot of these women aren't going to get the top 10% guy, not because they're not pretty enough, even though that can give you an in. But the big thing is proximity. Like you're just not going to be near these folks, right? Like you got to think. All right.
Look,
Let's say, let me give you a glide path. Let me give you a glide path as to how. Oh, please do.
Hold on. Let me finish my point about the guys, right? So you want a Kelly Rowland or Rihanna, a Megan Thee Stallion or whatever, right? Why do you want that? Have you thought about what brought that appetite within you? So the girl next door, who's, she's pretty, and why are we rating one through 10 anyway? But whatever. The girl next door, who is nice and clean, she ain't gonna bring you something that you gotta go take antibiotics for. She's nice and clean, she's pretty, she's interested in you, she's not enough. You want a high status one. They even have guys chasing status. I thought by your ideology, it's women who chase status.
Yeah.
Men who strive for status and women who chase men who have high status. So you got these guys chasing women with status, the Megan Thee Stallions and the Melanie Kings and all these people. I think that a lot of this stuff has been blown out of proportion. People have cultivated the wrong appetites for the wrong things. They focused on all the wrong shit. Why are you not focusing on bettering yourself and getting money? And hey, while we're at it, why are you not focusing on doing something that's fulfilling to get that money, right? Something that you only have so long. For those of you who are materialist atheists, they ain't shit after this, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to waste that time making paper, something that's fleeting, doing something you hate to get women that other niggas wanted. It made no sense to me, but it is what it is. That was the point I had to make. So
I think when it comes to the conversation, I don't think how many dudes in the sphere think like are the women version of the women that get up on here saying stuff like they want a six-figure dude. I've heard a lot of dudes talk about that they want I want, I just want a nice, clean girl. That's not what you want. Most of you guys say you want to go to Colombia and Brazil, and we've already told you that.
That's some passport.
I just want to find a wife. Then why are you going to those two countries? Why are you going to the DR?
No,
if the
don't
birth
confuse
rate
what I'm
is
saying with those liars, though.
Well, part of that is that most Americans do not travel outside of the country.
Yeah.
And most Americans do not speak more than one language.
Yeah.
Right. You'll have some like Denise speaks English and Spanish, right? But that's part of it being of a Semitic background. She doesn't speak other languages. She might understand, right? She might understand a few other languages just because she knows Spanish, right? But that's not a common thing in America. We are the least multilingual country in the Western world, right? It's a big difference between someone coming from France or Spain or think of any of the European countries. They'll know at least 3 other languages because they're in such close proximity, right? But if you're an American from, let's say Denver, from Charlotte, North Carolina, right? You're going to go somewhere where it's safe, where it's closer to your standard of living, because a lot of Americans are not used to roughing it, and a lot of countries outside of the Western world are not built up enough for Americans to be comfortable in.
Yep. All right,
So
let me rock
that's
this.
why I say that, because I've been
Yo.
to out the developing world, and there's a big difference between India and Indiana. There's a big difference between the Dominican Republic
Yeah.
and the Bronx, New York. Right? There's a big difference. You'll see
Let
the
me-
same languages and stuff, but
All right,
You
we're
gotta drive
blue.
that point home, though. I don't get the point. Can you drive that point
Yeah.
home?
meaning,
Well,
like,
wait,
What
hold
do you mean?
meaning you'll see like there's poor people in America, but there is
Mhm.
poverty in some of the developing countries that you would never seen, that you would
Yeah, that's
never
true,
seen,
that's true.
and it is painful to watch, right? And you'll see. I'll give you an example, right? A lot of my family's Haitian. We have a family business down there, and we do a lot of good stuff, but there's a lot of stuff you just can't do. So one woman whose husband works for us, she got injured while she was up in the mountains doing some work for her family, right? And she got an infection of her leg, and she went to the witch doctor instead of coming to the doctor that we have on staff, and she wound up dying. It was a very simple thing that the doctor was like, look, he could have brought it in, and she could have gotten, healed and, been good in about a week or two, right? And I've had other people who had the similar thing, but when they get brought in on like being carried in by their brothers because they don't have a car because they're in the third world, and their brothers will carry them 4, 5, 10, 20 miles to make sure sister is okay, right? That doesn't happen in America. In America, if you get hurt falling down, you have an app on your phone that'll ping 911. You have an Apple Watch that'll ping 911. Somebody will speed by in 30 minutes and come and get you.
Look,
it's a
man.
big difference.
Look, it's one thing to have apples and oranges, but you got a whole bunch of fruit in there. I don't know what the point was, but with the Haitian thing, that's sheer stupidity that made that woman die.
No,
right?
no, it's not stupidity, man.
Let me
It's like
finish.
they don't know,
Let me
and they don't have
finish,
the infrastructure.
Can I finish my point? Let me finish my point.
Please.
It's a lack of not intellectual acumen, but a lack of your eyes being open to the world. Right?
Right, they don't have ambulances. That's what I'm saying. They don't have cars. Like
Can you let me finish? They chose to go to an Ongan or a Bokor, right? Many Haitians who have the means of an EMT service or ambulance or camionette. Usually we have camionettes, ferry people. Like if you have an emergency, right, and there's no ambulances or whatever, like camionettes will do you. Hello? I'm getting feedback from somebody.
Yeah, I think it's Jose. Jose, mute yourself.
Yeah. If you have an emergency, right, or multiple emergencies, there are camionettes, which is kind of like privatized buses that exist in Haiti, and we who drive the camionettes will get everyone the fuck up out of there, and we'll take you to the nearest clinic or hospital. But a lot of Haitians, we choose to go to a witch doctor instead of going to an ambulance. I mean, the shit happens even here. I had to tell family. Let me finish my point. I had to tell family members that if ratchet ass Haitians who are crabs in a bucket see what the fuck I got going on here and want to take me out by poisoning my food, to not take me to a witch doctor. There's nothing magical about it. I have been poisoned. Take me to the nearest hospital. Pump my stomach. Get that shit up out of there. I had to let them know this. It's not there are a lot of things that are a matter of poverty stricken, right? Being an aspect of why we suffer in Haiti. But that aspect of it, that's sheer ignorance. That's what made that woman die. I'm pretty sure there's at least a clinic. At least a clinic. There may not be a full-blown hospital. There's at least a clinic, or at least a Docteurs Sans Frontières, like Doctors Without
I know.
Without Borders. There's at least a missionary.
I get what you're saying, but the point is, she was looking for a quick solution, and in problems like that, life and death it can be a quick thing. But what I'm saying is that someplace like the Dominican Republic, Colombia, they have a formatted environment. And America has a lot of formatted environments. Even if you're in a national park in most of this country, it's very sanitized and formatted for you. Not all of it, but a lot of it. And a lot of the Dominican, there's formatted environments for you. Colombia, same thing. Puerto Rico, same thing, right? But but if you're going to go to I'm trying to think. If you want to go to Guyana, not as many formatted environments, right? Like I'm about to start doing a digital nomad thing, right? I am looking for places that have strong internet, decent healthcare, good public services, good public infrastructure, clean water, consistent electricity, right? That's a formatted environment. That's what I'm looking for. And a lot of people want to go to stuff like that.
If that's the case, because that's an American misconception, right? Places like the DR, like Colombia, like Puerto Rico, we don't have none of those things. Our water sucks. We don't have consistent electricity. We haven't had that since the 90s. Our education sucks.
But
Our healthcare system is so broken that you literally can be hospitalized and you can die because the power system goes off. We have many outages in a day, more than 17 outages every day, and the generators of the healthcare system don't work. So our healthcare system is so broken. Same in the DR. These are places, let's just not, okay, how can I say it? Outside of the US, in the West, only I would say if you're maybe Ireland, Scotland, and the UK are more like first world countries, and probably I think you will find more reliable electricity in Ciudad de Mexico than you would do in PR or DR or none of these places. But I know MK wants to address the comment on the screen. So go ahead, MK.
When we're blue, love red. When nothing's wrong with the DR or Colombia. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with being in those countries. I'm saying when dudes are going over there, they're not going over there to find wives.
Yeah, a chunk is definitely a big chunk are definitely not. I'd say like 70% are not.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say
because every time we hear these dudes talk, I'm like, you're going up, and like I said, nothing's wrong with these countries, so don't take offense to it. But I'm just saying, if most of the times I'm seeing videos about Colombia or the DR, it's ass on the thumbnail.
Yeah, 70% are going there for fun, 20% are retirement, and 10% are probably going for wives. And it probably shifts over time. Like guys have to like grow into, I want to have a wife, family, all that stuff. Like I that's the problem with Austin, was like he fucked up in public. You know, and he was growing up in public. That's a big problem that a lot of guys our age, like I'm assuming AK is over 35.
You'll be surprised.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm 30.
Okay. So all right. So you didn't. So Facebook, Instagram, those weren't as popping when you were 18. They just started, so you didn't really have to get known for your fuck ups in public. Whereas Austin's like 22, and he's gotten known for his fuck ups in public. And a lot of these guys are doing all this stuff, and it's getting caught on camera. So I think it's just a big difference. But please continue.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think my frustration. I don't know. I've been here so long. Like, to me, like, I'm burnt out of the conversations, and I know there are spaces outside of that. I was just disappointed that being as big as the space is, that the guys in the main spotlight would at least start morphing it into something that can help. Because even though we know there's spaces, it would help if the main people in the space would start also growing up with, you know, as years go on. But I don't see anybody growing up. I'm seeing dudes who are married telling you stuff that, like, well, be by yourself and stay alone. I'm like, you're fear, scarcity, and lack. So Kevin might as well have been talking to y'all too, because you guys don't want to give up nothing. You don't want to take risk. And I'm not saying like a woman can't take you for, you know, your money or anything, but we're in the same position. Men are losing. The only reason why we say women are winning, because you're giving them all the tools they need to win, and you're not and you yourself are not enhancing anything as a man. Oh, well, I'm got this business and stuff. Yeah, but shit, man, get your wife. That's what y'all talking about. Get you somebody.
I agree.
I agree. But you know what's something I've noticed, MK, is the fact that we have a lot of guys that are advising others to not marry because of financial preoccupation. And I would say that if you're engaged and you have economic preoccupation constantly, probably you're not in the right relationship. And I know that a lot of people will never tell you that, but if nobody told you that and you're feeling this and you're watching the stream, let me be the one telling you. If you are to be married to someone or you're dating someone and you have financial preoccupation, you're probably not in the right place, and you probably know it. You know, because
what do you mean financial preoccupation?
that you have the preoccupation that that person can go away and take the home equity, by no fault divorce, or that that person can get alimony off of you in the future, and that's basically what they're with you. Like, you're in doubt that they actually in a relationship for the long run. Like, if your mind is like in that economic preoccupation before you walk down the aisle to, like, or somebody walks down the aisle to marry you, then you're not in the right relationship, period. Like, I don't know how to better explain this for men. You should not be pinching pennies for the woman you're with. That's more like, how can I explain it? If you have to pinch pennies when you're with some, bro tap, come on. If you have to pinch pennies when you're with someone, and or try to be skim woman and say like, hey, I cannot give her this or that, whatever. I'm not saying give it all, but you actually need to understand that if you're with a woman, women are dependents. If you do not want no one depending on you, that's 100% fine. Just don't mess with women. Women cost.
Yeah.
And depending on how beautiful they are, the more beautiful a woman is, the more she will cost. The least beautiful that she is, the less she will cost. Even though we have the problem we have with women today, which is what we're having this conversation, is that we have women like Sukihana that has a face, like I said before, that only her mother will love, right? Get a lot of attention and money and validation because there's a lot of men that do not have enough activity sexually that will give this woman money. So of course, she's not getting that money out of her beauty. She's getting it out of her sexual access. Does that make sense? That's how women are making money today. It's not necessarily based on their beauty, more like how much they let men access their sexuality until they're burnt out or too old to sell it. And wasting everything out of them, like Kim K. I don't know if you guys have noticed that even they got de-invited or uninvited from the Met Gala. We've seen everything from Kim K. I think if she takes like an MRI internally, that's the only thing we have not seen from her. Okay, so eventually she's starting to decline in her sexual attention. Okay, so it usually happens around 40 years old. That's when all starts coming down. She's not necessarily someone that will go unnoticed, but she doesn't have the same attention that she used to have when she was 30 or 35 or 33. So the same will happen with Sukihana. Sukihana, I believe, is in her 20s, right? So
Sukihana,
the lady that was saying that she wants to
defecate on people,
defecate and piss on people and fart in people's faces and stuff, and she likes that to be done to her too. So to be honest, when it comes to this whole concept about why women win and some men being aggravated by women winning, understand that beautiful women should not be categorized there necessarily, right? We need to take those out of the equation unless they're tottering, right? A woman that's beautiful, she's gonna get stuff paid for because men, how can I explain it? You're basically matching her beauty with your wallet. Okay. Yeah. That's basically what's going on. And uglier women get salty at beautiful women because of course no man wants to surrender their fat wallet for an ugly chick. Let's just keep it real,
Yeah, the woman I'm seeing is she's not like a 10 out of 10, but she's like a strong 6, very fit. And while I'm not paying for her beauty, I do pay for her in different ways. Like I'd say. But
let's say she was a 2. Would you still pay for her?
No. But we have a different. We're not in a traditional relationship. Like we have professional connections, but she's mildly autistic. That's the best way I can describe it. She's good looking though, and she is successful. But
still, you're not with her because of her beautiful personality. Right?
Her personality is fine. She's not unacceptable.
But answer the question:
we
are
do a
you
lot
with
of different
her?
things for each other.
Okay, if we cut out right Sukihana's face and we staple it on this chick, and she will become Sukihana's looking woman that you're dealing with, would you still date her?
I don't know what Sukihana looks like, but
Okay, let's say that, for example, we cut out
let's
the
just
face.
say 6 or 7 out of 10, right? Or are you looking for an
No,
ugly one?
because this is the thing. We wanna make a point about if this woman that you're dealing with was not a 6, I'm guessing that you're a 6 out there.
Yeah,
Like I love
she dresses up nice. She can look like an 8 when she's
let's
ready to go.
say that you're a 6 out there in the sexual market. Okay, you're above average, not all the way to the top, but you're above the average guy. Jose, mute yourself. So one thing I would say is, of course, you're not gonna be there dating the top of the top women, because those women tend to want top of the top men. Because if they can get, and they cost a lot of money, but you have enough and then some money to afford a 6, right?
Yeah. And I'll tell you, man, even though when I was, so the events I was at this weekend, the guys who were there are market movies, right? Their wives were not 10s. They were like well put together 7s. They were, do you remember that, you know, that show Modern Family? You remember the wife, the blonde wife?
Yeah.
Like they look like that, like very fit older women. Like, 35 to 55. They looked about that age, just kind of frozen in time. And they all had like put together hair, put together makeup, put together outfits. And that was, and they were very fit. And that was them. And they had like the right mannerisms, the right disposition, and they would get stuff done amongst all of this stuff. And the wealthiest guy there, his wife was I'd say probably the least attractive. And this guy's a known entity. I'll put in the back chat that how he's known, but
okay.
he's a 10-figure guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But his wife, plain Jane, like good looking for him, but if he wasn't who he was, he'd still struggle to get her.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, I don't know if you remember when Kevin Samuel said like a while ago that men are willing to
go down in
looks to get the results they want, and I think
it was nice.
We live in crazy times. It's kind of like it's the same. I'm gonna use an analogy here. It's the same thing. Like we have poor fat people and skinny rich people today, right?
Yeah.
We have today broke men wanting beautiful women, and we have ugly women wanting wealthy men. That makes no freaking sense. If you're an ugly chick or an average chick that no one's breaking their necks for, you're going to get, for the most part, with a man that's also not as wealthy. You're going to have to work and split the bills 50-50 with him. If you're a woman that it's extremely beautiful, then you can aim at Elon Musk, fail, and get somebody below him, but it's still going to be up there. And if you're a guy that you don't make as much money, my suggestion, right, would be you take it or leave it, because I know there's a lot of guys that are going to come, oh, a woman telling us what to do. Move past the rage and humble yourself. Yeah, humble yourself. My suggestion would be, as a woman, is that you need to, if you want a beautiful woman, come with a fat wallet, or very young, knowing that you're not rich, you don't have a plan to become rich, you don't have a strategic to become rich, and you're not super tall or beautiful, right? Because men now are using that as a metric too. You know that you want to go very young at the market, and you want to pick amongst the women that your vision can afford. Pick the best looking out of those, and you will be happy. Don't wait till you're 35. You know you're ugly, you're broke as hell, and you're fat, and wait for women to come at you when you're an average dude that doesn't make big bucks, because you're going to be alone. That's just how it is. Same with women. If you know you're freaking ugly, or you're fugly, or you look like a Wookiee, get it in when you're 21, 22, 23.
But
Don't
then
wait
we
till you're
talk
30.
about options, and then I can have options outside. We're talking about that, but then we add in the options things, and that's where guys think they can have everything. I want the beautiful woman, but I want the decision to cheat
I
on
say
her
find
too.
find the best looking woman who's cooperative to your situation.
Yeah, get
Like
it,
if
get
she,
it
if
in.
you
that
guys can
makes sense.
get
Yeah.
along and solve problems together, like you have to be attracted to each other. You have to be.
Look,
But then if
Yeah.
you guys can figure out that this is the plan, and she says, "All right, I get it," and she is willing to offer feedback, and it's very valuable feedback, and not just kind of emotional dumping.
guys,
Like that's allowed too, but that's not going to be effective when you're trying to plan out your kid's
okay,
529.
let me ask you something. You guys remember Lance Hendricks, the guy who just died?
Mm-hmm.
The
Lance Reddick, yeah.
yeah, Lance Reddick. Sorry, why did I think Hendricks? Lance Reddick. You remember when he died? His wife was getting roasted online because finally you saw who he was with. He
Yeah.
kind of
Who
left.
that is?
He left his private life, right?
Yeah.
But people dug into it and took photos of when he was with her, and there were comments. People like Denzel Washington. His wife is not a supermodel.
No, Pauletta's a
Um,
good looking lady. She's like a classic black woman.
he,
Mhm.
yeah, that's a
She was
matter
good looking
of
when she was
opinion.
younger.
That's a matter of opinion. She's not Beyonce. She's not Rihanna. She's not
She's not easy
Kelly
on the
Rowland. You
eyes.
get what I'm
She's not.
saying?
Yeah, she's not easy on the eyes.
Pauletta, when she was young, she was
You
really
did
good.
not make that better, Denise.
She's not. I tried, but she's not easy on the. Let's just look. Let's just call things the way they are,
I
right?
don't
Like
think
you
she's
guys, I
Yeah,
know.
bad
I don't. I
looking.
don't like to sugarcoat things.
yeah,
You
and
know.
you know what? You know what? He chose her, or they chose each other, and they're
Yeah.
together. So this thing about like rating women from 1 to 10, I don't know why I have a problem with it. And it's coming off simpish too, but it just doesn't make sense to me
You're a
at
simp.
all.
You're a simp, bro.
It's
You know, you
utilitarian.
because
Figure out.
because you feel guilty, bro, Tep, about rating women. So of course you're throwing out the rating system. You don't know what you're doing. You're simping for this house. You're simping for this 3 or 4.
Yeah. No, but and as far as the guys, yeah, you should, as Jules said, find someone who you find attractive and who you know is not gonna exploit you, I guess, and you're not gonna, someone you can afford, I guess, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
But all the stuff, I think a lot of times people focus on the wrong things, and
Mhm.
with Fresh and Fit, for example, those guys are gonna get a whole lot of school shootings, mass shootings,
That's not
fucking
them.
mall shootings. Because when those incels that these guys are promising all this shit to, because remember, Fresh and Fit is sitting up on their little panel focusing on high value men. A high value man can cheat if he wants to. Well, the people who are watching the show, how many of them will ever be high value men? You guys, talentless, ain't shit niggas, but you found a grift. You guys made it into the upper 10, whatever class that those guys are at, right? They found a way through grifting to make it up to that level. So now when they're talking about you women should step up your game when you're dealing with a high value man, they're talking about each other and themselves, right? But the people who are making these guys high value men, right? All these young guys in their teens and 20s and 30s who are using these guys as role models and as blueprints, like this is what I'm gonna do. When their dreams come crashing down around their ears, right? And usually these guys are very volatile on the inside, right? And they're like, hey, I can never get a Margot Robbie or a Garcelle Beauvais, Gabrielle Union, whoever people think are hot now, right?
Mhm.
When that won't materialize, and you realize that you've spent your, I don't know, your teens and 20s listening to Fresh and Fit talk about each other and pretending that they're talking about you, yeah, there's going to be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing and shit.
Not only that,
Those,
talk
mhm.
about the depressive. Look, something that it's not talked about often is the consequences of the aftermath of your 30s in males, Males now, because of all the misandry that they have had to endure in the last 60 years, males are not talking about enough, especially older males are not talking to younger males enough about the essence on having a family before you're 40, right? Because after 40, your sperm quality goes down. Nobody's talking about that. Your cardiovascular health goes down. Nobody's talking about that. Your willingness to live with someone goes down. Nobody's talking about that. Your willingness to have to put up with children goes down. Nobody's talking about that. So I'm not saying that every 40-year-old dude wants kids, right? But if that's something that you might want, wait until you're 40. It's not a good plan. Second of all, just because Brad Pitt did it, that does not mean that it worked for Brad Pitt. How is that working for Brad Pitt? He's now about to be freaking 60, fighting so that his girl doesn't become a he. And he doesn't have the energy to do that. So, like, come on now. You don't want to be, just imagine if these guys wait till they're 45 to 55, which is when they will be quote unquote successful. Imagine if they wait there to come for the beautiful woman that they claim will throw themselves at them, which is not necessarily true. You at best will get women like Real Femme Sapien that swap her husband for her older, richer, higher ranking best friend that happened to be 51. That's what you. No, that's what you. I'm being very.
It's an honest perspective, though. It is.
No,
honest,
let me tell you something. That's what males that are older have to deal with, no matter the money they make. Her husband is a high-ranking major in the military that makes a lot of money. He's a high-value man, but unfortunately, Name me with all them rappers and ballers that we have that are attractive, 6 foot tall, with a six-pack, that are young, before 40 or at the most 43, 44. Name me what bunch of beautiful women are throwing themselves at little old 50, 60-year-old dudes that are making freaking $600,000 a year when you can have access to a millionaire. That's not what we're saying.
I know what you're talking about, though, because I know a couple of guys who fit that, and they either have it very easy or it is not as easy as they would have imagined. Women are just difficult. You just have to learn how to talk to women, and I think the guys who actually are older and do get a younger woman have a lot of things going from them, and they don't bullshit the women. So the women walk in with a choice, and the options that the guys give them are really good. And so they'll get better options from being in.
But this is the thing. You're not going to get better options because if you think about, let's take her as an example.
She's probably been running in Indianapolis, man. Come on.
No, it's not. It's not
mud dogs and just bullshit.
Look, it's just not Indianapolis. It's not just Indianapolis. I think she was from Florida, and then eventually they moved to Kansas. Give me one tiny second.
Kansas, okay, Kansas.
This is my thing. You're talking about military major, okay? We're not talking about a person that has not traveled. This is a well-traveled dude, okay? That's higher ranking in the military. He probably avoided dealing with the types of this women. As a matter of fact, if you listen to her story, he did not even wanted to marry this lady. Yeah. He just probably said, well, maybe somebody will cook. Dishes need to be washed, and I'm tired of washing them. And it would be cool to have a kid.
He should have just hired. Yeah, that's the thing.
So one thing I would say, something I would say is you will avoid dealing with certain types of women out of self-preservation so that you can build up your net worth so that when you're older in life, you can supposedly have access to a better quality of woman. In the meantime, right, everybody that's lower ranking than you, it's breeding, mating, and raising children around you. You're alone all of these years. To them, when you're old, you still are going to have, exactly, Royces, you're still going to have to settle for the same types of women that you said you did not want and you wanted to work for, only now you're older. She might want to poison you, and you're not going to be able to run after your children. I don't know if you guys get my point. Okay, he's
Yeah,
51.
I get what
When his little girl graduates from high school, he'll be 68.
Okay. But if
You-
he,
No,
if he
I
takes
don't.
care of himself, then he could leave that
Yeah,
long.
And
I don't
basically,
think he
what
can
we,
I don't.
live. What quality of life is he going to have at 68 compared to the other parents of 17-year-olds?
Yeah, but you have a dark view of aging.
Oh,
You're
come
an
I
on.
ageist.
don't know.
You're
I
being
don't
an
know.
ageist.
Nah,
I
yes.
think I
You have a
personally
very
think
dark view of aging. You're making
I
it sound like
personally
68-year-olds are they're dead people.
No,
yeah
I know it's not ideal. It's not ideal. I get it.
I
Yeah,
I
nobody
know.
says
personally
it's
think
ideal, but
like
that's
when you age, you need to start. I don't think like older dudes need to get with younger women. I think they need to stay in their like age bracket a little bit because you're taking women for men in that same age group. You're a 50-year-old going after a 20-year-old. Leave that for the 20-year-old. You should be like 30 or at least 30. And if you're 50, you should go what 60 or 60, 55, whatever. I think it's time for older people to like mess with older people and leave the younger crowd alone.
Yeah,
Well, I'll say
Go
this,
ahead.
man.
Go ahead.
I'm about to hit 40. I don't mess with a 20-year-old. I
Yeah.
really don't think 25 and under is not it's not doable. I mean, if I meet somebody out and we have a good rapport, then maybe we'll see where it goes. But I typically go 25 and up. The woman I'm seeing now is 31. This is not going to be a long-term thing, but I plan on, or what I'm looking for, around 30 within the next 2 years. And then at that point, I can afford a night nurse, nanny, support to be able to ensure that somebody who we get along with, who understands what the type of environment we want to cultivate, we can do that. And, women are smart. I want to give them the full view and then give them the option. And if they think that my options are good, then jump on the boat.
Well, guys, it has been half an hour over the limit that I usually go. I get the topic; it's really good. There's many things that we can touch on, and definitely, like I said, I don't want to turn into a manosphere channel.
Yeah, you leave that for them niggas.
So of course, I'm gonna start taking final remarks on why women will always win, but I want guys to also answer something. Do you guys believe that women are always winning because men are allowing them to? Now I'm
Yes.
gonna start with Jose, then Ramon, Jules, and then Brotep. Jose, go ahead.
Going
Okay.
once, going twice.
Jose.
What's that? Let's come back to him.
Okay, we'll come back to you, Jose. Oh, are you there? I think Jose is having issues. I'm gonna put you backstage, but let me know on the private chat when you're ready. Ramon, go ahead. Your final remarks.
All right. When it comes to women winning, there are always going to be women that are going to be winning. This is something that has been happening forever. I mean, are they being allowed to? Some of them, yeah, unfortunately. And this is going to become more and more of a thing that in the society that we're in, the whole simping thing, I know that the term is being used all over the place. Where you overuse a term, it cannot lose its meaning. But there are, to a degree, too many instances in which men are being raised and socialized to grow up to be the future Sims. And some of the young guys are being raised exactly that way. So there are going to be women that are going to win. So there has to be more of a balance when it comes to the upbringing of these boys. And to, okay, yes, there is a certain amount of courtesy that a young man should have for a woman, but the whole thing about being a willing doormat should be unacceptable. Now, it's true that that kind of game, that kind of information should come from the father, ideally, and there are instances in which that young man doesn't have his dad around. But at least if he can have positive male influences, like from an uncle, some other or a sports coach at the school, somebody that can teach him some discipline and kind of like um, give him the information, the other side, what he's not getting at home, then that will be beneficial for him in the future. Kind of like having discipline, understanding that there are young women that are out to get him, trying to get him for what he's got, and that's something that I had to learn the hard way to a degree because I didn't have my dad growing up. So I do understand that it is a journey. It is something that they have to realize, some of them on their own, and say, okay, I'm gonna rewire my brain when it comes to these interactions because this isn't working. And yeah, there are gonna be some that are gonna be taken advantage of. Hopefully, sooner rather than later, they understand that they're getting taken advantage of, and they don't remain simps, and they see the reality of it. They do somewhat to a degree disconnect from the matrix that is keeping them content and oblivious and this state of bliss where nobody's giving them respect. I mean that should be priority, being able to have the respect from the interactions that these young men are getting with. And with that, I want to say, Denise, thanks for letting me on your panel. And that's basically what I got. That's what I got.
No problem.
thanks.
Thank you very much, Ramon. I'm gonna put you backstage now. I'm gonna let Jose go because he came back. Jose, your final remarks. Jose.
First of all, thank you for allowing me to be on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Okay.
Yes, I
Yeah.
can hear you,
First
Jose.
of all, thank you for allowing me. Okay, first of all, thank you for allowing me on my platform. There was a lot of things that I wanted to, unfortunately, experiencing Wi-Fi problem, what makes Parkchester Wi-Fi wonderful. But the fact of the matter is, women are winning. I mean, women are winning because basically part of it is that us men don't know better. And part of it is that we're so interested and so intent on trying to get attention, affection, whatever, that basically we allow many women to get away with some of the stuff they do. And like I say, I apologize. It's just that unfortunately the Wi-Fi situation sucks. So, and there was all the points I was trying to get across, but
oh, they got him. They got him. I'm gonna put you backstage, Jose. Thank you very much for tuning in. Now, Jules, and then Bro Tep. Final remarks, Jules.
So I think women can definitely win. My mother won. She got remarried in her 40s, but her sister lost, and her sister wound up burning through 3 marriages. 2 of them were to what would be high value men. You know, one a doctor, one a business owner, but she wound up alone, died alone, and it was a very sad thing. And my first job out of college was delivering for a high-end liquor store. And one of the people I delivered to was a high-end attorney. She was a white shoe law firm attorney. She was alone. Her apartment smelled like cat piss, and she lived in one of the best buildings in the city. And
Oh Lord.
she would regularly order 2 bottles of Absolute and a big bag of Skittles. And she looked like a crazy cat lady that just hadn't finally perished. You know, she had hit the apex but couldn't rock it. The majority of women I see winning figure out what the best option they got going is. They stick it and they make the best of it. And I think those women, they do win. And when they do find that guy or that situation, they make the most of it. And, you know, they do the thing where they turn a house into a home or, you know, sperm into a baby, that type of thing. So women are not dumb. Always remember, women are not dumb. They can be a little weird. They can be a little goofy. But they will find a way if they can. And Denise, thank you for having me on your panel. I'll try and keep it down next time if you have me on.
No problem. It
Nah,
was
you
good. It was a
good.
good discussion. We enjoy it a lot. So it's always good to have you here, Jules. I'm gonna put you backstage, and I'm gonna let Bro Tap give us his Mr. Tim Purley. Give us his last remark. He came KP for Purley.
And Blood Moon, you did me dirty. Blood Moon did me dirty, yo. She said I'm trying to get with Pearly. Nah, man, I'm Team
Pearly's
Pearly
White
because of what?
Knight. Pearly's White Knight.
Pearly's White Knight. But yeah, man, look, women, if if um if by winning you mean they get what they want, I want that for them, right? So if a woman wants to basically have everything in life, maybe they want, the husband and the 2.3 kids, and they can manage to get a super polished job somewhere, in a big high-rise building. If you want that, I want that for you as another human being, right? And to be honest, women set the pace anyway in society, so technically they'll always win, you know? And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but I do want to caution people and be careful what you wish for, right? So you can get what you want, but is it winning, right? So what you want, is it really what you wanted? Or is it something that, people chattering in your ear told you that you wanted, right? Oh, you need a guy with, a fast car and this, that, and the third. Maybe in your heart you wanted the guy you wanted, right? And so now you're going for somebody who will inevitably cheat on you, like the Fresh and Fit guys promised, right? So is that winning? I don't know if that's winning.
I
Whatever it
think
is you
I
want.
think that's winning though. Like think about it for a
Yeah,
second.
but
Look at
how?
Nicki Minaj. Look at Nicki
Mhm.
Minaj. Nicki
Yeah.
Minaj and Rihanna are the living example of what modern women want. I think maybe there's a disconnect with those types, right? Those types of women just wanted the world. They went ahead, got it for themselves, and then they purchased a husband. Some women want that.
They purchased that.
Some women want
Oh
that.
God.
Some women want to lead, bro. Ted. We gotta let them do what they want to do. They
Well,
want that
is that
burden.
no? But when you know what? Only when it's just you, when everyone's left, the party's over, and it's just you, and the drink that you're drinking, the pet you have, or whatever. Only then will you know if you won or not, right? Because
Mhm.
people like Holly Berry, one of the finest women to ever walk the earth at one point,
Oh
and still
yes,
at some point, in some ways, right?
yeah.
But she had a slew of guys cheating on her, right? Did
That
she
was that
win?
was not her fault though.
Well,
I
she
think her
well,
fault. I think her fault was the second husband.
who
I think
the
like
Eric Benet dude? Yeah,
yeah,
that's an ain't about shit nigga. But
yeah,
the only thing is, she went and got with Fred Durst. I think he had a side chick on her, right? I think
yeah,
I don't know,
yeah,
but is she winning because society told her she can have everything? Did she
yeah.
want everything, or did she want what she wanted, right?
No, I think
Eh,
she lost. It's kind of like Sandra Bullock. They lost because I think they value companionship
yeah,
and they didn't
yeah,
get
yeah.
companionship. Yeah.
Okay, so look, women will, in some ways, women will always get what they want. I could be as lazy as I want, but I find an easier time navigating through the world, especially women being behind the desks at places I approach, if I'm in shape. So I started working out again because women set the pace out in this bitch, right? If so, so now I'm dealing with the post gym pains because I want to, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Women will always win. They'll always get what they want, right? And the key is the individual woman needs to decide if what it is that she wants is what she wanted in the first place. Look, do you really think the women who get their OnlyFans popping, That's what they wanted to be when they were
No,
like 10 years old, a
but
10-year-old girl.
But bro, Ted,
That-
you gotta
no,
understand. You
what?
gotta understand something. This is why I think men are to the independent types, right? This is the only aspect to the independent woman that I think men are not obsolete for them, right? And they're not obsolete because we don't even know what we want to eat next.
Yeah.
And that does not change with how much money you have in your wallet. Okay, we literally do not even know what we want to eat. Sometimes I come home, I'm frustrated, and I don't even know what I'm frustrated about. Sometimes I'm upset, I don't even know what I'm upset about. Sometimes, there's so many things that men love, and it's very easy for them to just choose for us because we don't know certain things. So how can we ask a woman, hey, what are you gonna eat? What are you gonna want when you're 65? It's gonna be very hard to actually decipher that.
Yeah. Speaking of 65, are you you old people?
I'm an
sold?
ageist. I'm an
You're
ageist.
You're gerontophobic.
I'm an
You have a
ageist.
I'm talking dark view of age.
Not really. Look,
You're
this
like,
is the way I
next
measure
thing
it.
you know, you're 58. You're 69. You're
This is
74, and it's over.
Look, this is
It's
the
a
way
wrap.
I see it. I've always
Yep.
said that I want to live all the way up to 75. I think that's the last time a human being should be alive, because let's keep it real. After that age, our lives are not of quality. You might have a quantity of years, but
Speak
not
for yourself.
quality.
There's a lot of older
what,
people.
what is wrong with you, man?
I thought that was gonna
What?
change since having a son. Like
Yeah.
that
Look,
mentality should change.
Yeah, that mentality's got. Okay, look. Here's the thing, right? One of the things I got really irate at the laundromat when this middle-aged dude, I don't know what age he was, but he was up there in age. He tried to pick a fight with me. I'm like, dude, at your age, like 50 something, you're supposed to be holding on to every tooth in your skull. Every every right working organ needs to function properly. You hold on to that and build up on it. You don't want damage that's going to shorten your lifespan. I'm not. It's not a humble brag that I would do that damage to him. I'm saying like a fight. You're going around picking fights at that age. It's stupid. Most of these books, these ancient books, Bible, etc., they're saying that you can wait till Denise gets older. She will change her talking points regarding age. I don't think so. I think Denise is hardcore anti-old people.
El que no tenga miedo a morir, que no nazca. Whoever is scared of dying should not be born. I am not scared of death.
No, it's not being scared of death.
Yeah,
But
people just want to
you're saying-
extend their longevity. I am good. I am actually, I'm good.
Listen. Don't nobody want to get up out of here faster than me. These niggas got me.
Yo, stressing me out.
I'm done. It's a wrap. Like, but what I'm saying is, I think that people can live quality lives well into their hundreds. Have you heard of Damo something? This guy's 120 something, and he takes care of kids. He brews his own tea every morning. He splits wood. They live out in the woods somewhere, right? We should, especially you're a materialist atheist, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is the one life. Why would you?
Yeah, and I'm good. Sure. 75 years is a long time, bro, Ted. Imagine if we were do you think, like, if you're into vampires, like Interview with the Vampire, what happened when Lestat kept living and living? After a while, life loses its meaning. The beautiful thing about life is that it's very limited. That's what makes me enjoy life. Every little minute I savor it, because I know that at 75, if I'm not dead, I'm gonna be careless as hell. I'm gonna get a bunch of tattoos. I'm gonna cross the street without looking. I'm gonna start doing drugs.
That sounds like a whole lot of fun.
Whatever takes me. Whatever takes me.
But here's the thing. Doesn't that sound like fun though?
Yeah, it's fun
to me.
I'm gonna
And,
go
and
out
here,
with a bang.
and here's the thing. Lista and I forgot what the other gentleman's name is, right? But
Uh-huh.
Lista himself, he lived for
A
wasn't he
thousand
alive
something
during the
year.
yeah,
No.
I'm talking like ancient Egypt. I think he was with Cleopatra or something like that. I forget, but he at least saw 1,000 years. There's a long stretch between 75 years and 1,000 years. All right, 75 years may be enough for some, but unless you've seen enough that things start getting repetitive, yeah, I could see if things starting, you're like, I got to do this shit again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Morena.
it's time to
Look,
get up out
Morena.
of here. It's time to get up out of
Yeah,
here.
look at Morena. Morena says, I want to see my grandkids and my great grandkids like my grandmother did. F that. I'm like, I get that that's what you value. I don't value that, right? I'd rather do,
Mhm.
like, come on. Like, I
That's
don't,
what she said she did. She wants to,
no.
not you.
Yeah,
She
that's what
I
she
she
values.
wants to.
But to
Yeah,
be
that's what
honest,
she
I
wants.
don't value that. To me personally, that's overrated. Like I don't.
That's
Listen,
I'm like
ridiculous.
I can't even run
listen.
after you, kid.
No,
If somebody brings me a great grandkid or a great grandkid, I'm gonna call CPS. I'm unfit to take care of your child. I'm sorry that we're
Yeah, but
related,
no,
but
no.
here's the thing.
Because
Here's the thing. Why are you out of shape at 75? That's what
because
we
I'm
have to.
old. I don't want to be
No, that's not how
bothered at
that
that
works,
age.
though. Listen, we have to reshape the way we think about these things. This society has not only taught us to devalue women, like that's one of the things that I disagreed with you on. When you were giving your opinions on women, you were like, after like 40 or something, things go downhill for women, and they're not. I forgot exactly how you worded it, but I believe that this society right now, it has taught us to devalue women and what they bring to the table after 40, after 50, after 60, after 70, right? In most societies, after they are at their birthing prime and they've given birth to how many kids that they're going to give birth to replenish or to extend their family numbers, most women take on another position in society. Now there are tutors for women, and young men still want them because they've kept in shape and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you know, lots of young men still
Well, I
want
know
them, right?
I love chocolate,
Mhm,
bro. Tip. I'm not going to
mhm.
be in good quality at 75. I probably will be blind. My Grayson will take the
Why?
keys from me. He's not gonna let me drive
I'll
at
you
that
know
age.
what? I'll leave her to her devices. She can die at that age. I'm
Yeah,
living.
why you dying at
I'll die when I'm
when
125.
you feel me? Look, I'm gonna get up out of here when it's time for me to get up out of here, right?
Oh my
And
god.
and and you know what? I'm gonna be in the best shape I can be at the age I'm at when I get up out of here. So if
Nah,
that
Hmm.
screw
means
that.
if that means it's kung fu, MK, I know you into martial arts, so you're at least familiar with capoeira, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, you know those mestres be up in like 60, 70, throwing them kicks like they Jackie Chan and shit. It's how you
Yeah,
take
that's
care of
true.
yourself into old age, and the right foods
Hmm.
you eat. I think this society has, and then the women get the worst of it because since the society devalues aging, now they devalue an aging woman. That's why what's her name, Kate something, one of these actresses, she gave Hollywood the finger and got up out of here and went to Italy, where they value aging women over in Italy. They
I
said
mean, I don't think.
Americans don't deserve me. She said Americans don't value women once they hit 20, once they hit 35. And you got Leo DiCaprio, who has the what's that, the girlfriend catapult. Once
Mhm.
if he dating a girl and she hit like 24, what's the who's familiar with this on here in the chat? If you're familiar with
Mhm.
Leo DiCaprio's age bracket, where he puts them on the catapult and
Yeah, I
gets
think
them
it's
up
like
out of
20.
here.
I think it's like 26, something like that. He did it with Giselle
26.
Bundchen,
So she's
with
24. If she's 24, she's skating off thin ice. You feel me? And
yeah.
when she hits 26, that 26th birthday, she's on a plane. Like
She's sweating bullets at 25.
yeah, she's sweating bullets, and she pass out because he Mission Impossible. Though you know when you put that stuff in that
Hmm.
cloth,
Hmm.
and she wake
It's
up on a
like
plane.
that.
What the
It's
fuck
like
just
it's like
happened?
that. It's like that Miss Universe that it's in the last month of her reign. And
Oh
she's like,
wow.
"This is the last. This is the last month. This is the last month that I get free stuff."
That's messed up. Yeah.
Look,
No,
let's
but
continue
see see
to wrap it
see
up.
Leo. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So to wrap it up,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
Tip,
Sorry about
do
that.
you think that women are winning because men are allowing them to? Do you think that that's not a real statement? What do you think?
I think women. I guess in the context of what you were talking, the theme of your show, women are winning because men are allowing them to win. There's a huge army of simps out there. All a girl has to do, all she has to do is have all four of her limbs and start an OnlyFans. There will be at least 50 or 60 simps to bless her in the comment sections and stuff like that. So yeah, women are winning because men are allowing them to win. All right.
Yeah.
There are too many men who think not with their minds, but with their hinds. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it is what it is. You know?
All right. All right.
Uh,
Mr. Pearly Things.
Blood Moon, you did me dirty.
We need to talk about Pearly, but later on. I'm gonna put you backstage,
Yeah,
bro. For now, thank you
all
very
right.
much for tuning in, guys.
Yeah, I'm sick of talking
Woo.
about that.
Look, MK cannot take any more Pearly.
It's because it's like, I don't want to hear
You're
about.
tired about Pearly.
Nah.
But to wrap this up, I want to say I'm gonna let you close it out. So I'm gonna give my statements before you, MK.
Go ahead.
I think the term simp is overused in large amounts. But I would say that women will always get away with it. And Boleyn did, right? We're still gonna do it in 2023. It's 2023. And it's better for you to understand this so that if you want certain outcomes, you know what not to do. It is a shame to see certain people that were put in certain pedestals or pedestal succumb to this stupidity in order to condone women that are parroting what they want to hear, but they will never wife that. And I'm referring people like the likes of O'Shea Duke Jackson. He's out here defending Melanie King, but will he wife Melanie King after what she did on MTR's stream? That's a tough question that a lot of guys will not answer. But to be honest, you got to value, do I value more what these ladies are saying or what I'm seeing they're doing? And to be honest, if this type of women, like I said on the previous stream, if only the types of women that are parroting that I'm supposed to surrender everything to you so that you can cheat on me and I'll smile while you cheat on me as a woman, if the only women that are talking about that are thoughts or closeted thoughts, then you should start understanding that thoughts that feel guilty will be the only ones that will condone that you do these things to them. You either marry one of those or check yourself and marry the best you can get and understand marriage. Now, with that being said, guys, I'm going to give the rest of the stream to my beloved MK and we will close out. Thank you very much for allowing me into your homes. Go ahead, MK.
Okay. I know I was kind of quiet during that second half, kind of lost a little bit of sting, but I'm back. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I usually don't host because I usually don't feel like I have anything really to say or add to a lot of these streams. I'll get up for like a few minutes and then I'll hop out. I hope you enjoyed me being here, and I just want men and women to find a person who they can get along with and who they can who they like. And I think it's time for people to realize that life is about people instead of us consistently trying to be alone and be satisfied. We can be around people. We have to grow up too. We got to understand that connection is the key to life. And I'm not going to do all this sappy bullshit at the end of this stream. I just want you to find somebody, get with someone, and if you're complaining about it, shut the hell up. Bye.
Take care, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.